welcome to another episode of Ghetto Geek Squad presents Electric Boogaloo and Crew. I'm your host, the Electric Boogaloo. Sorry, Chops, I took away your thing. He was supposed to say and Crew. Let's try that again.
He did. You cut him off, you jerk off.
No.
Electric Boogaloo
and Crew.
There you go. I'm your host, Electric Boogaloo. Let's say what's up to the crew. We got a couple of guest stars today, too, so I'm excited about that. Let's say, Chops, what's going on, man? Say hi to all the people on the line.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? It's on the line.
Yeah. You know, he's going to use the Google later.
It's Instagram. It's called Instagram.
He's going to get on the Twitter box.
You haven't seen that movie about Google with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson?
Yeah, the intern.
The interns, yeah. The interns, yeah, and he's like, yeah, so you take a picture and you go on the line. It's online. And then you take another picture and boom, automatically goes on the line. Online. All right, Jay, what's going on, man? Jay's here.
Not much, as always, right? You know, just, trying to mess up the script.
He was always on time for this time, too.
You know?
Yeah, man.
We got one of our favorite guest stars back, Phil, my man.
What's up, Phil?
Is that you, Sugar Bumps?
That's awesome, man. How's everything, man? How's Throwbacks going?
It's going. We're almost at 400 episodes.
Wow.
And
That's
we're starting to pick up with the new guy. It's only been a year with him, so.
Oh wow, that's
Only?
it. Wow.
Yeah, no, it's going well. We just got back together as a crew. We've been doing the whole, COVID, stay apart thing, but now we're back in Studio J. So we're doing all right.
Cool.
We're doing all right.
Good to hear.
That's awesome to hear.
Good to be back. Though. I
I was
miss
going
you
to say,
guys.
Chops is our new guy.
That is it today.
So this month's theme is it's my birthday next week. So I said,
He
let's
gets a
do like,
birthday month. What the
I
fuck?
get a birthday.
I was
That's
going to
how
say,
I roll,
so all
Month, dude.
bow, be prepared to bow and worship because that's what happens on his birth month.
I'm
when
off
the
next week.
stars
I got my
all
birth week
align
off
with the
next week.
Yes.
But anyway, I'm just saying birthday month could be the spooky month last month. So
Yeah.
I picked all my favorite movies that have like a big emotional impact to me growing up, and I'm sure they did to all of us. Tops was there for most of the shit. I got a cool little story about this movie with him. So the first movie we're gonna do is Batman, 1989, starring Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson.
The
Sorry,
one
Jack
that
Nicholson
broke
should
the
have
mold.
top billing. He paid for. He told me he wanted top billing.
Oh, really?
He wanted top billing and a percentage of the
box office?
I think total.
Yeah.
He made $60 million.
That was a Brando. That was what happened with Brando. Remember with Brando when he did Superman?
With Superman, yeah.
He
But-
got paid more than the movie made,
Exactly.
and he got a piece
Yeah.
of it too.
Yeah, and he was in it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said, that's crazy. Man, $60 million he made for that movie. He
That's
played
awesome.
that one smart.
Yeah. That was like going to happen with Bruce Willis and Look Who's Talking. He was like, this isn't going to make money. Just give me a percentage of the box office and we'll call it even.
Yeah.
And he
that's
wound
right.
up boom. He wound up making all this money off of it.
Damn.
Sometimes that's a small way to do it. I think Robert Downey Jr. did that too for the Avengers movies and stuff.
No, really?
He took off a little percentage of it. But anyway, so 1989, we haven't had a superhero movie since Superman. Superman 2, I guess you can say.
True.
Probably the last good superhero movie that we had.
That's my favorite, man.
Yeah.
And actually, they've been trying to make this movie, Batman, since 1979.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were working on the script. They kept working on the
That's
script.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't get the rights. They couldn't get anybody to want to distribute it. Like everybody, like Columbia, everybody was turning it down. I saw this one story where I forgot who it was. It wasn't Warner Brothers, but one of the big movie companies said they're willing to pick up the movie if you make it Batman in space.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So luckily we didn't go down that road.
Holy moon boots, Batman. That's fucking awful.
And you know what? That sounds like the producer, John Peters. That sounds like something he would do. If you ever heard the Kevin Smith story about how he was supposed to direct the Superman movie, Superman Lives.
John Peters, the guy with Divine. Oh no, that's the other guy. Sorry.
No,
Never mind.
No,
Never mind,
he was a hairstylist that freaking married Barbara Streisand and then became a producer because he got money from him.
You don't bring me flowers.
But
we do Yentl next month?
I was gonna say,
Papa, can you hear
I
me?
was just about to say, Papa, can you hear me?
Papa, can you hear me?
So John Peters, he wanted them to do a Superman movie, but he doesn't fly and he doesn't wear a suit.
Oh, like Smallville.
So
Pretty
stupid.
much.
7 seasons, the motherfucker never flew.
Well, until the end.
He didn't
I mean,
find the
the building
instruction
jumped.
manual until later.
Greatest American hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Damn,
I don't
yo.
even know if that was 80s or 70s.
It was 80s.
but-
It was 80s.
yeah,
It was
okay.
80s, absolutely.
Yeah, we were kids.
Definitely 80s.
So again, there wasn't no really good superhero movies out or whatever. And here comes freaking Tim Burton with his Vision, which is fucking. I mean, one thing you got to say about this movie, it fucking is gorgeous.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it
I was
really
telling
is.
my
The art
son,
direction, they won for Academy
like,
Award
what's
for
the
it.
mold on superhero movies? You
Yeah,
know?
definitely,
No more
definitely. Well,
colorful,
started it
happy.
because then it went downhill.
I feel like he influenced a movie that came out a year later. Exactly a year later, which was Dick Tracy.
Yes, definitely.
I feel like this movie,
It was
like,
after Batman. Everybody wanted to make that kind of big blockbuster.
and I think that's
superhero
what Dick
movie, yeah.
that's what the guy took, and well, it did. Danny Elfman did the score for that movie too, but
Warren Beatty directed that too, right?
Warren Beatty
Warren
directed
Beatty
it.
did it, yeah.
And but when you watch that movie, I'm not jumping off the rails a little bit. I apologize,
No,
but
no. Go.
it's just I want to get this off my chest before I forget about it because I have like Alzheimer's lately. But like, I feel like just you talk about the vision, the visual concept of Batman. That's how I feel like Dick Tracy was, and like you said, everybody's trying to make a movie like that.
And Dick Tracy was
trying
good
to go
because they
off
only
the
used
comic.
4 colors.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Four
exactly
colors.
the comic strip. like,
Exactly.
they
The
used
comic
all
strip,
the-
yeah, exactly.
the
Yeah,
colors
no,
and
that was a
stuff
good
in
one
the
too.
comic
So
strip.
Burton was a huge influence.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
And
and
this is
Burton
his first
wasn't
big
even
one.
supposed to be the director either. They wanted like Ivan Reitman or some I forgot somebody else.
Yeah, there was a
that
couple.
made a
Same
good
thing with the
movie back
actors
then.
too. They went through so many different actors. Robin Williams
Yeah.
was supposed to do the Joker.
Yeah,
Yeah, he really wanted
Yeah.
it too. I was like, wow, I
he
can see
signed
him
up
was a
on it.
Riddler.
He signed up on it.
Yeah, they
And
used
then,
him as bait to get Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that he signed
That's
up
why
on
he
it.
never. That's why he never showed up as the Riddler. He was supposed to be the Riddler in Forever, and he was like, "Nah, I don't want nothing to do with you guys anymore."
oh, that's fine.
yeah.
Include me.
And actually, speaking of people that were supposed to be in the movie, Vicky Vale, she was supposed to be Sean Young.
No,
Did
no,
you
no.
know?
So the story was Kim Basinger was signed on, but her manager or whatever,
Huh?
her publicist, her manager,
Agent.
her agent. There you go. Wanted. She didn't want to meet the producer unless they gave her money. Like told her how much money she was going to give her an offer.
Uh-huh.
So she didn't want to do it or whatever. And then Sean
Yeah.
Young actually filmed the movie and fell off a horse in one of the horse riding scenes on Wayne Manor or something like that.
Yeah.
And they had the emergency fucking call her in. So gave her an offer and then she came in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's good.
Yeah,
I
thank
heard
God.
she-
I don't know. Sean Young.
I was thinking like, wow, that would have been such a bland Vicky Vale. I mean,
That's
I don't
yeah.
really have anything, like, well, I do have. I mean, personally, I don't have anything against Sean Young, but every movie I've ever watched with her, she just is like.
Yeah,
a
Except for
movie-
Ace Ventura. I like her in Ace Ventura.
Yeah, she was good in that.
No, I like her in Ace Ventura, but still, again, she's emotionless. She just can't portray.
Playing Black Canvas.
Yeah.
It's a real quick story. I'm at Universe, Jim Henley's Universe, when they were in the mall on Staten Island Mall.
Over in Nude Up.
Buying in the Staten Island Mall.
Oh, in Staten Island Mall. I'll pay attention for now on.
That's when they split up. They took the bigger store and they went to the little store on New York,
Uh-huh.
and then they opened
Yeah,
up
yeah,
this
no, I
store in,
remember it. Yeah.
Staten Island
I
Mall.
remember that.
And I was buying a couple of Punisher comic books and Batman comic books, and the guy was like, "Listen, we're gonna have a special screening of Batman. It was the opening weekend was coming up
Uh-huh.
on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. So I was like, fuck yeah, okay, we'll be here. We'll be there. So Chops' mom drove us that morning, Saturday morning, 10 o'clock in the morning to the mall. The mall is fucking not even open. There's nobody fucking around. It's definite. We can't find the Jim Hanley's is closed.
Banging on the door.
Oh yeah, like, we was understanding. He told us the movie was supposed to be here,
That's funny.
right? And they're like, no, they don't open until like 10:30 or whatever. They finally open up at 10:30. We're like, what happened to the movie? They're like, no, it's playing at the UA. You got to go to the UA and they'll let you go. I'm like,
Son of a
motherfucker. So she drives us to the UA. By then it's too late. They're like, the
Yeah.
movie's already an hour in.
Yeah.
So I wound up calling Pops and everything. And I'm like, Pops, we didn't get to see the movie, whatever. He's like, well, while you're there, buy us tickets so we can go see it this afternoon. So we wind up chilling. Me and Chops wind up chilling there for like an hour and fucking. No, it's like 2 hours.
You were more like,
2 hours. What now?
we didn't get
So it wound up being cool because we didn't have to wait. They didn't have to wait online because the movie theater wasn't even open yet. So we were the first online. We got our fucking tickets. You know, that was before online on the line, and we all got to see the movie all together anyway. But
Yeah,
It was awesome.
to my son, he actually never seen this version of Batman, and he was like, I really like this Batman version, and he was like, and I gotta tell you, that Joker, I think he's my favorite Joker of all time. He was like, that guy really nailed it. I was like, that guy is Jack Nicholson.
You call him sir, goddammit.
You know, I was like, yeah, no, he set the bar for Joker. Every Joker that ever came out after him was always like, how did he do compared to Jack Nicholson?
Exactly.
You know,
And of course, you know, you always have the who's the best Batman, who's the best Jokers. We'll go through that at the end of the episode. I hope by Scott will be here by then. Yeah, so 1989 it opened, and it was a big year. It was actually it was number 2 in the U.S. that year.
Domestically.
And rest in peace, Sean Connery.
That's right, you
Like-
whore.
Perfect timing for you to be here, Phil, after our last podcast.
You get the last word.
oh my God, I saw that video. I hit the floor.
I
dude.
posted on Facebook.
I
it
know,
was
I
like,
saw it.
Oh, man.
I was like, oh my God, he really said it.
It's awesome.
That's right, you whore.
Like,
For those not in the know,
hit
an
a
inside
woman.
joke.
You
guys
guys,
seen
you
the-
wait for me. That's right.
You guys seen the podcast that we did with Phil before with Time Bandits? He fucking nailed Sean Connery and just had his hysterical, especially about slapping the women. Rest in peace, Sean Connery, great actor. But he was in my favorite '80s Sean Connery movie was Indiana Jones and Last Crusade.
Which,
That was the one that beat as far as the
Batman.
goes. So speaking of numbers, Chops, can you give us the numbers?
Yes, I was going to add that to my numbers, but you beat me to the punch. So hold on 1 minute.
Are you fucking
I
serious?
was gonna say you're gonna get on me for not being ready.
Wow.
So yeah,
Fucking ridiculous. Yeah, thanks for the dead air, Chops. Thanks for the dead air.
I was just about to say I'll fill in something. Oh, would you have to put the
Hello,
safety cap
everyone.
on?
This is Chops McGillicuddy for Boogaloo News. This budget in 1989, the budget was $35 million. Quote, $4 million opening weekend. Domestically, $251 million.
40 million.
40 million.
You said
And
4
a
million.
half.
40 and a half. Yeah.
I was gonna say 4
$1 million and a
million.
half.
Don't
This was
forget
a
that
dollar
half.
worth in '80s because it doesn't seem like that much.
Yeah. And domestically total is $251 million.
Yeah, it was the first movie to break 100 million, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
That is.
Exactly. And until
again.
so let's anything you wanted to get into right before we started?
I went opening day in Ridgewood, Queens, at the Madison Theater, and I can remember I was just about 15. I was 2 months before my 15th birthday,
Yeah.
and I had just read, while I was still in school that year, I read Frank Miller's Dark Knight,
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
and it like for me as a kid, I'm like, okay, now I'm all excited for Batman because at the time everybody was wearing medallions because it was like
Yeah, the shirts, the T-shirts, and everything.
Yeah, everybody had like you either had a Bart Simpson shirt or some kind of African medallion. I had a Batman medallion. I got it from the fucking African store in the mall on Jamaica Avenue. But before that, I went and it was opening day. Waited online for like 2.5 hours. And
Good old days, right?
I was so stoked, man. It was, I was so stoked because this, like Lou said before, this was our movie.
This was
Yeah.
huge for us. Like,
that's
can't believe
exactly
you're actually
what I
making a
explained to
Batman
my
movie.
son. I said I was telling him that, like, you don't understand how big this movie was when it
Yeah.
came out. Like, everybody was excited. It was like
Yeah.
movie great,
Advertisements,
and
the
then-
commercials.
Yeah.
And I celebrate Batman Day every year, and it was last month this
Yeah.
year, and I showed my new girlfriend. I was like, listen, I said, this is it. This is the movie. This sets the tone for everything dope in my childhood after Star Wars.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely,
that's
definitely.
pretty much how it goes.
It's crazy too because I look at most of the podcasts that we're doing, and even the ones that I want to do for the month, they all come out in 1989. Like 1989 was like the
It was the threshold.
1984. 1984 was what was it 84?
And it was like a crossroads for me. And
Yeah.
I'm reading more books. I'm reading more comic books. I broadened my horizon. I was never into DC, except for the occasional Superman, Flash book, whatever. But when I read Frank Miller, I was like, this is the first adult comic book I
Yeah.
read.
You know, and I didn't even read that until later into my child. Like actually, not even my child.
On a
when I was adult.
recommendation,
Yeah.
on a recommendation from the guy from this, we had a comic store called Rainbow Bridge, and the guy John was like, "You should read this," and it was like this was before the graphics. It was a 4-book thingy from like 80. It came out in 86, 87.
Yeah.
I think Frank Miller came out in 86, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it was
read
86. Yeah.
I read it that May before the movie, and I was just like, we'll talk about the movie, but the
He also changed. Frank Miller changed Batman as it was because
right, but yeah,
he made it
yeah.
more darker now. Now all of a sudden, like everything.
But I didn't know that. I know
Yeah.
him as Adam West. And
Adam West, exactly.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, well, that's why I was
Prince.
telling my son, I was like, this is, when we saw machine guns coming out of the damn Batmobile, we're like, "Rah!"
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I saw that the death count is like 53 or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
was
that's
like,
crazy
yeah,
for a
this
fucking
made
comic
it
book.
okay for a superhero to kill people.
True, it definitely was.
Yeah.
Speaking of Batman, wow, remember the controversy of Michael Keaton being cast as Batman? Like, even Bob Kane didn't like the idea. Nobody liked the idea.
Yeah,
Like,
only Tim
that was
Burton was
clever.
the only one that fought for him because he just finished doing Beetlejuice with him.
Mhm.
And he was like, no, I feel like he's the kind of character that would need a suit to scare somebody. If you put a superhero, like an action hero with muscles and everything like that, it becomes a joke.
It's
that
true,
you
it's
put a
true.
bat
It's very
costume
true,
on
yeah.
it. But you need somebody that nobody would ever be afraid of unless you put some scary.
And the problem
Yeah.
was that Michael Keaton was only known for comedies and
Yeah.
like Mr. Mom and
Yeah.
Gung Ho and like I said, Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was coming off as successful.
Johnny
movies like
Dangerously.
that,
That was an epic.
Yeah.
Johnny
Dangerously.
Dangerously, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
That's
good.
great,
I mean,
that's classic.
apparently a lot of people hate that movie, but
What?
What?
What? Really?
Every time
That's
I
like that's
mention
the
it
that's
to
the,
somebody,
that's the
they're like,
epitome of Joe
"Oh, it's-
Piscopo.
you
That's
need
why
to
Joe
do
Piscopo was
well.
actually good.
I'm like,
You
you
need to
kidding me? I
French,
could
man.
quote the
Who
entire
doesn't like
movie.
that movie's a communist?
Yeah, really.
You know what's
need
funny
some
is like,
Jay, what are you saying, Phil?
I'm sorry. You
I
need
know,
to-
she was rambling again.
No, he just
Not you, Phil. Not you, Phil. Like,
no,
you
he
were
was
saying
just
what
saying
Phil, I
they're
can't-
communists. So what's it called? I was gonna say that we had another movie, The Burbs, that kind of fell into the
Tom
same
Hanks.
situation.
We did that
As
podcast
this,
too.
with the writer strike going on, and they had to make some stuff up while they were filming this movie. Like the whole ending wasn't,
Yeah,
they-
we'll get to
they
that.
wrote it at the end.
Yeah,
I know,
we'll get to that
it and
afterwards.
stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, no, I was just bringing it back to the whole the Burbs thing. Like they had to do things, like
And
they
The
had to
Burbs
change
also
things.
another movie made in 1989. I'm telling you, 89 was like
That's
fucking
right.
shit.
It was the writer's strike, that
All
they had
right,
to deal with.
so start off with the movie. We start off with the fake origin scene, which I always like thought it was weird to start the movie off like that. Like
But that's not that's. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's a fake
well,
origin.
yeah, because
The
it's
fake origin,
there's,
yeah.
Not really
people coming out of the movie
fake it is.
theater and the kid, and they're going down. Which here's another thing I got to talk about. Crime Alley.
Uh-huh.
It was always called Crime Alley. Why do you take a shortcut to something called Crime Alley?
Plus with
Exactly.
your family, man. And all
That's
that
a white-
cash in your wallet, because when they robbed him, he had a.
Yeah, that's what white people do in these thrillers. They don't run for the car. They run to the crime.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Dumbass white people.
and they had a map out, so that didn't help none. Put that
First
map
of
away.
all, good point, Chops. Like this dude's a renowned doctor in the community. He's he's the salt of the earth. Why does he not know his way around Gotham?
Exactly.
That's why he needs a shortcut.
Yeah.
We'll be all right this
Apparently.
time.
Yeah, well, no, his kid was yelling at him like, "You're going the wrong way."
Going the wrong way, Dad. I don't have my box cutter with me today. You know?
Yeah, let me get the Vaseline out.
Yeah. Mom's wearing her best pearls to the movie Excalibur.
Excalibur, yeah.
Is Excalibur in this one?
Oh, that wasn't that
It
the
was supposed to be Zorro. It was always Zorro.
Zorro. Yeah, I think it was Zorro.
One movie did do Excalibur though, as the theater.
Oh, I just saw it. That's why it made me
Was
think.
Batman
of it.
Begins?
Might have been, but it made me think of it. Gotta do that movie too, dude. That came out in the '80s. Yeah.
Yeah, Excalibur. Yeah.
Gotta do Excalibur. I want in on that, but Yeah, but
Oh,
how do you not
That's
know
a
where
sick
you're
one.
at? How you not
Yeah.
know where you're
No,
at?
but we're not even talking about the origin yet because this is a fake origin. It's actually
Yeah,
just some
yeah.
random
Yeah.
couple that get
Mhm.
mugged by these two guys. Like, meth
That's what I
heads.
said. I said to my son, I was like, you know that can't be them because he ain't dressed like he's a billionaire.
I think that too.
He ain't that bougie.
And that's how we meet Batman.
Yeah, and I gotta, it just came into my head. It's kind of messed up about the whole Batman origin story because where the hell was Alfred? Shouldn't he had the car waiting in the front? Why'd they have to go walk down that alley?
He's like, I'm not driving, motherfucker. I'm doing dishes.
He's like, that's Crime Alley. I'm not the car's gonna
I'm not
get
going to
stolen."
Crime Alley. What's wrong with you? I'm British and I know that. I'm a foreigner and I know I ain't going to Crime Alley. Dumbass white people. American white people are dumb.
Well, it's a good thing they put the opera right next to it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good idea.
But go ahead.
So we get into the mugs, whatever, and you get the intro to Batman.
The best.
And
scene.
Batman's at the top of the building looking over, which is a cartoon Batman, which is pretty cool. I didn't mind it. I let him get away with that one. It was pretty fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
And then the pearl gets snapped up of moms, which everybody knows they weren't real pearls because real pearls got little freaking knots
We're not
in
up to that
between.
yet. We're not up to the origin yet, though.
No, he's talking about the mom.
I'm talking about
The
mom.
Robinson.
Yeah.
She got pearls snapped up for two.
Oh,
That's
sure.
what I'm doing.
I don't.
Yeah, and then
I
the
don't
guy
remember
got knocked out with the gun, and then he.
That I
took the
remember.
wallet
Yeah.
and stole-
Oh, so they really were trying to give you like a fake origin, man.
Yeah.
Oh, but we already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about now. We're already at the part where they're up at they're up counting their money or whatever.
They're up on the roof and stuff,
Yeah.
and then they have the
And that's when you
classic
get
line
introduced with
that
the Batman.
has been parodied so many damn times. What are you? I'm Batman.
Why do the robbers always look like they're on like meth?
Meth. How, that's what I just said
Because they
before.
wouldn't
I said
be
they those like
robbing
meth
if they
heads.
weren't- if
Or
they
like
didn't need it
Huffing
for drugs.
Airplane. That one dude had the Huffing Airplane glue face.
Yeah.
I had that one friend who hung out in the park and huffed airplane glue. That was that dude, man.
My
That
father
was
told
that
me
dude.
about a guy that he grew up with that used to do the spray paint. So we'd have like the spray paint circle around his fucking face.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
funny.
damn.
I wonder who did it.
I'm Glue Man. You know.
Exactly.
So he threatens him. He tells him that tell all your friends about me or whatever. Tell you.
Yeah, tell your friends. But I can't move my head with this costume on.
No, he's so
Hashtag I'm
robotic.
Batman.
So robotic, Batman.
Yeah, well,
So
you know what
robotic.
it is that he actually modeled his acting around the suit because the first time they were in the suit, he was in the suit, and somebody called his name. He turned his neck and ripped the whole thing. So they're like, yeah, you can't
Wow.
see your neck anymore. So he started like making Batman move like.
Well, it was also the other thing was that Tim Burton felt like because of his body type, he needed to have extra protection, and that's why he's bulletproof and all that. And he didn't want to make the tights or anything. He wanted to make him armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the suit, I feel like the suit sets the tone for everything else that we're watching now.
Yes, because
Everything.
come on, we didn't have a problem with it when we first came out. Before we had all these new Batmans.
How
now.
many people went ooh and ah when they saw
Hell
that?
yeah, it was
costume
fucking
in
great,
the
man.
theater?
Black suit.
Exactly.
What the hell?
That
Who's
was
this colorful
dope. I was like, what is he doing? What is that? I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
14-year-old Phil Pop, man. It was crazy.
I remember that was the first time I actually like worked multiple jobs to save up so I can buy the mask. It was
I remember that.
Yeah,
sitting at the
I
store.
know that fucking mask was
You
sick.
remember? Right? Yeah.
was.
And,
We actually made a whole movie in the backyard.
Yep.
In that
Every
mask, you had like a
time.
towel.
Please tell me
Oh,
you
yeah.
still have that home movie.
We gotta find it.
Gotta find it
Yeah,
somehow.
Oh,
Miguel-
that's
little
got to make it
Miguel.
to the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Lewis was Batman. He grabs Miguel. Who are you? I'm Batman.
Did Miguel get pissed and walk away like the Avengers movie?
Damn.
Oh, man.
So now we meet Harvey Dent and Commissioner Gordon. They're having the whole seance. Harvey Dent played by Billy D. Williams.
Colt 45.
That's right,
45.
baby.
Well, Colonel's
That
Fried
shit on
Chicken.
my.
Was it Colonel's Fried Chicken?
Yeah, no, yeah, Colonel's Fried Chicken is butt licking. Oh, it's butt kicking. I'm sorry, not butt licking. That would be good.
Whoa.
And then we get introduced to Jack Napier,
Mhm.
Jack Nicholson,
Yes.
and his girlfriend. Well, it's actually
It's
Carl
Grissom's
Grissom's
fault,
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Hall,
Sugar
played by
Bums.
Jerry Hall. Jerry Hall, she was married to
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger, right? Yeah.
No,
Sugar
okay.
Bumps.
I was gonna say that. Name
Aye.
sounds familiar.
Yep.
Good old Sugar Bumps.
Yeah. I love that. He's looking in the mirror and she's like, "You look fine." He's like, "I didn't ask." He's so badass in this movie. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's true, like what everybody said. Like he stole the fucking movie. It kind of like set another precedent with the bad guys being over the top over the actual hero.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Luke, do you think that I was gonna bring that up? I was gonna ask you guys that. Do you think that was Tim Burton doing that on purpose?
I
What do you
think it was Jack
Because
Nicholson.
it was Nicholson.
I think, yeah, because Nicholson was given free reign to do whatever he wants. He said that to this day it's his favorite role that he ever did because his role was just whatever you want to do that's fucking random and crazy. It doesn't matter because that's part of the character. So
yeah.
Totally.
most of that shit he ad-libbed and all those crazy
No.
dances and shit. He did all that
Oh,
shit.
And that's
yeah.
actually what Lucas, my son, was saying exactly that he loved about Jack Nicholson as the Joker was just like he's like he's like in the middle of a fight still telling jokes and spitting teeth out and shit. He's like
And
that's awesome.
Lucas is at that age, man, that we saw it. So
Yeah,
it's like
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
it's just like
Exactly.
that makes me feel great, man. Just to hear him
Hell
say
yeah,
it
hell
like that.
Yeah.
That's
That's
one thing.
awesome.
Yeah, every time I tell him to watch a movie, make sure you watch it with Lucas because I want to see what
That's
he
what I
thinks
do. I
of it.
always tell him, I'm like, hey, this week's movie is this, so make sure to get off the Xbox and let's
You
go.
guys are doing it right, man. I'm so happy. You guys are doing it.
Well, yeah, I also got to make sure as a as a responsible parent that he watches all of the the required
stuff that
Movies that
doesn't
fucked us
suck.
up.
Stuff that doesn't suck. Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Exactly.
He's not gonna be caught in a situation where they're like, you're Jason's son and you don't know that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So now they introduce us to Robert Wool's character, Alex Knox.
Yeah.
Knox. Yes. Knox.
The reporter, he's on the trail of the Batman. They're making fun of him. They drew that picture, that funny picture that was Bob Kane actually drew that.
It was Bob,
Oh,
yeah, it had
okay,
Bob
yeah, I
Kane's
was gonna
signature at the
say-
bottom of that page.
That's exactly what I
Understand
noticed. I was like, oh shoot, there's the Bob Kane signature on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's funny, I didn't even realize that Bob Kane really drew it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
I
is
noticed a
perfect.
lot of stuff in the movie I didn't notice when I first watched it. And Jack Nicholson, it is funny. It's funny shit.
Oh, he's fucking great. Eckerd, the corrupt cop, we meet him next. He's the next character they introduce. They keep like just introducing characters like one after the other. I
Yeah.
noticed
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It was just
yeah.
like there's no like real story going on. It's just like, all right, here's this guy. Guess what? He's corrupt. This is this guy. He's a
Yeah, exactly. Look how corrupt he
It really
is.
does, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
this
It's
guy-
like a
this guy
40s
is-
comic strip, you know?
Yes, yes. And then you meet fucking Jack. He's talking to Jack, and Bob comes out. Fucking Bob. I love Bob.
Bob, yeah, yeah.
Tracy Walters.
Bob the Groom.
Yeah, he was from Conan the Destroyer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fucking loved him in that one.
Bob had his own action figure, FYI.
Really.
Yes, I didn't have it,
Wow.
but
I
he
want
was an
that.
action figure. Yes.
There was one guy that actually cosplayed in Comic-Con as one of Joker's goons with the whole
the
boombox
boombox?
and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
I got
yeah.
a picture of it. It's
Oh, really?
awesome. Yeah, I got a
Oh,
picture of it. I took a picture of it. I was like, dude, that fucking rocks. He had the Joker insignia and everything. It was great.
Oh,
Those
awesome.
bomber jackets would have back.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yes. I want to find one so bad, dude.
Purple was my favorite color too. It's the color of royalty. So,
He was also on a
Totally.
show that I used to love, but they canceled it really quick. It was called Best in the West. You remember that one, Phil? It was
I
a
remember.
comedy.
Yes, I remember. I never
He
really
played a
watched.
character named Worm. He was like the town.
I didn't
drunk.
watch the show, but I know of it. Yeah.
Yeah, my
but
father
definitely.
used to watch it.
Yeah,
After
I-
that, he came like my favorite character actor whenever I seen him on the show. Like, oh
You're
shit!
my number one guy.
Come on, guy. Ah, I want you to take this.
Then we meet Vicky Vale. She comes into the thing.
Vicky Vale.
There's so many lines in this movie that fucking just remind me of Bat Dance.
Yeah, I was gonna say off of the Prince
We'll
videos.
can we get into the
After the movie.
soundtrack? We'll get into the soundtrack when we get to the museum scene.
When we get to the which one?
The museum scene. I want to get into the soundtrack for a
Yes,
minute.
that's a great idea because if you definitely got to talk about that soundtrack.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Both soundtracks actually, because both soundtracks.
Yes.
There's actually two.
Yes,
Oh.
Danny Elfman did
I
the
didn't know
score.
you two.
No, Danny Elfman did the score, and then Prince
Then
wrote the
Prince,
whole album for the
Yeah.
the regular music, the pop music.
Yeah.
So Carl Grissom is suspecting Jack that he's banging his wife, so he sends him out to the Axis Chemical factory.
Played by
Yeah.
Jack
He
Palance.
called it in. Called it into the cops. Hey, I got this guy going down in this chemical plant. Check
No,
that out.
He went, "Get me Lieutenant Eckhart."
in that Jack Palance way.
That was great, dude. That's totally exactly how he says it. Holy shit. Yeah, that's what he does. The "You are my number one guy."
He's my second favorite character in this movie, man. Sorry.
Now we go to Wayne Manor. Now we meet Alfred and Bruce.
Stately
They're having a
Wayne
big
Manor.
party.
Yeah.
And which we call it? What's his name? Knocks in Vicky Vela there
Vicky
too.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne lives in the Westchester part of Gotham.
Yeah, he's like, did you have a problem finding the house? Finding the house? Really? The biggest goddamn mansion
Really?
in all of freaking Gotham?
No, but the thing
You
is
have a problem
also is
finding the
like,
house?
I was just here yesterday at the party.
Yeah, when she said that, yeah, I know. I didn't get that scene either. That's moving forward. That's moving forward, though.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I didn't get that either.
Yeah, no, I noticed that too. I was like, what the fuck?
I think you need to flip a couple of pages in your small talk book.
But Michael Keaton fucking plays Bruce Wayne so awesome.
Oh yeah, no, he does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
everything
He's just such like eccentric. Like he's just such a weird character. Like you know what I'm saying? He plays it
And he
fucking
set
weird.
like and again I'm gonna say this a few times, like it sounds like a broken record, but he sets the tone for everything else we know of Batman. From
Today,
Clooney
yes.
to
Why
Kilmer
he is? Yep.
to what's his nuts American Psycho.
Christian Bale.
Christian
Bale.
Bale.
Yeah,
Christian Bale.
he sets the tone.
You missed John Clooney, George
And
Clooney.
Clooney. Yeah, Clooney. No,
we
no,
don't
they,
want to talk about
they all no, I forgot. But they all have traits of
Yeah, yeah.
This came, yeah.
Bruce Wayne,
Yeah, it
absolutely.
was based
100%.
off it. Yeah, yeah.
And they go into that room with all the statues and shit like that.
I don't know
Yeah.
like villains.
The samurai fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool because that's from
For
first
Ra's
year.
al Ghul?
I think it's first year. I think it was Batman First Year by Frank Miller, where he shows that's how he got all of his ideas for.
Oh
the,
yeah. Actually, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
actually it was in Batman Begins too. He shows like that
Yeah.
he was using all the samurai stuff like that to come up with the costume or whatever.
Ah.
Like, yeah, I wonder where that one's from. He's like, Japan. He's like, how do you know? I bought it there. I bought it in Japan.
That's what I do. What do you do, Knox? He goes, I like your writing. He goes, can I have a grant? He says.
And then when he leaves, he's like, yeah, give him a grant.
Yeah,
Give
that's
Knox
funny.
a grant. Open 7 bottles of that $19,000 champagne that you got in there.
Make it 6. Make it 6.
Make it 6. 6?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 6. Yeah, 6. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
So one of the cops goes to Commissioner Gordon, tells him that hey, we got a tip or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Eckhart.
Yeah, hey, he's like,
Commissioner Gordon, by the way, played by Pat Hingle. He's actually the only one who played him in all 4 movies. The first
Oh,
4
wow.
movies. Yeah,
I
him and
didn't know
Alfred
that.
were the only ones that came back.
That's pretty
Yeah.
fun,
I like
Um,
Commissioner Gordon. I like Commissioner Gordon. I like the guy
Yeah,
who
yeah.
played him.
Oh yeah, Pat Hingle. Yeah, he's a
Pat
great
Hingle.
guy.
Yeah.
So Batman goes into his back. Bruce Wayne goes into the Batcave. He sees that. Looks at the video. He sees what's going on, and boom. Now we go into the shootout.
Yeah, had to
Well,
that was before flat screen TVs. That's
Yeah. And he had like the
It's-
closed circuit TVs in the Batcave made of all pipes and metal and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Another Tim Burton genius move.
Yeah.
Making
And,
it dark and gloomy.
everything is so meticulous in the movie. It's so like if you just there's so much stuff to look at when you
They
watch
actually
it.
built Gotham in a lot
Yeah.
over in yeah, it cost like so much money and stuff. Like
Even the cathedral, I think, was like 100-foot freaking tall.
Crazy.
Just so they could film on the freaking just on the roof and shit like that.
yeah, yeah.
It's crazy for '89, man.
Yeah,
Just
Well, it
absolutely
definitely was.
crazy.
Hey man, you didn't have CGI. You had to do the real thing.
Yes.
Right, but that's
it
what
makes a
makes
difference.
That's what makes Burton the genius.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They break open the safe, Jack Napier and his goons, and they find out there's nothing in there. Fuck.
We've been set up, boys.
Rat it out.
Set up,
I'll
boy.
get back.
We've been set up, boys. Look out.
And that's when all the cops come in. They're shooting this big old shootout, whatever. And Batman comes in. He's taking out the freaking people. blah blah blah.
I love the sound effects they use for the bullets with the whole ricochet.
Ricochet rabbit. Bing, bing, bing.
A ricochet rabbit.
Whenever you see a
That's
movie
awesome.
like
I
someone
love
gets
that
thrown off a building, you always get that.
Yeah, that's the Wilhelm scream. It's called the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, the Die Hard scream. Yeah. Yup.
It's called the Wilhelm scream because in the 40s they filmed a guy doing that sound, and every Steven Spielberg movie and George Lucas movie has it.
Yeah,
So whenever
yeah.
you hear
it's
yeah. That's a little history trivia there, movie trivia.
Or even
Oh,
like the
awesome.
punches, it's always like that. It's like, damn, I've hit many people. I ain't never heard it sound like that.
That's the Three
Word.
Stooges thing, man.
I heard it when it fist in my face, but
So what you call Batman grabs Jack Napier, and then Bob grabs the commissioner. He's like, let him go.
Or I'll
Let 'em
do
go.
good.
Yeah, and fucking think about the future to Eckhart.
Yeah, Eckhart, think about the
Eckhart,
future.
think about the future.
Shoots
And
him.
he shoots him.
Fucking Batman. Oh, Batman now blocks the bullet.
and it ricocheted off the steam thing.
Bing,
The
bing,
dial.
bing.
Bing, bing, bing.
And
And
you
you
know-
Jack Nicholson in the face, right?
Yeah, it goes right to one cheek and out the other.
Yeah, the other cheek. Wow.
Which, you know what? Like, one thing I always hated about the movie is like the comic book movie adaptation of it shows so much more than what the movie did because the editing is really weird.
I actually
it
was
really
supposed
is.
to mention that towards the end with the dollar, with the money he was
With
throwing.
the money,
out of
yep,
Frank,
the money was supposed
because
to be
I had to mention that to my son. Like I was explaining things. I was like, we had the comic too, and there's a lot of stuff you didn't realize was going on in the movie that you got to see in the comic, so I can explain it a little bit better, you know?
And this is the reason why all my friends are reading Marvel, not DC, not Marvel, because Marvel, when they did their movie adaptions, it was right to the movie.
Mhm.
Where like if you read like a Marvel Star Wars comic or a Marvel Indiana Jones comic or whatever the movie, the big movie was, but when DC did it, it was more dark, it was more broad, you know.
Well,
stuff like
the thing is, it's the same thing as the book adaptions. I don't even know if they do that anymore. But remember, like every time a movie came out, there was always the book adaptation.
Of course.
Yeah. And the problem is that the book has got to come out at the same time as the movie. So
Yeah.
the book is always going by the original script, and they don't know what's been edited out and taken out and moved and everything. So
Yeah.
that's why it always looks different.
That's true.
But so yeah, so then Jack falls into the vat, and that's that.
You see the hand.
Yeah. Batman does his ninja vanish.
Yes, which is not very ninja-like. You just see him go up.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he says. He was like, "What is he doing?" Everybody can see what he's doing. I was like, "Yeah,
Because it makes him look like he's flying, though.
That's what I
Makes him
said. I
look
was
like
like,
he's flying.
it makes it look like he's flying away. It's fear. Okay, the
Exactly.
Batman is flying away.
Well, that cape was way too big. That cape was huge.
Yeah.
You see him running? Jeez.
It's also like the when you see him like gliding down, and you just see like how much like it's just like, but it's so stiff like a kite. Looks like almost like he's gliding on a kite or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a hand glider.
Well, that's what it is. He's got those sticks on the ends of them, so that
Yes,
way when
yes,
he stretches it out, it just becomes like this tight leather.
Or he borrowed one of Ozzy Osbourne's costumes from Bark at the Moonsaw.
Yeah. This will go perfect with my cowl.
He's a fucking bat, Sharon.
He's like, stop trying to bite him.
Having Phil on the show is like having what's this guy's name? Garmin. He does a podcast with Kevin Smith, but he does all these voices and shit like that. I love it. It's great, man. I got my own Garmin. Ron Garmin.
Oh,
No,
shit.
yeah, I can't do it.
Not Ron Garvin. That's a stupid
not
Canadian
Ron Garvin.
wrestler.
It's
Oh,
Garmin. Garman.
okay.
Like
He does like a Family Guy.
Is that Smodcast? Is that
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Actually, his one is Hollywood Babble, something like that.
Okay.
So anyway, now we go to the date of Vicky Vale and Bruce. They're on that
Bruce, yeah.
long ass table like, on each
Ah,
other.
yeah. He's like, how do you like the soup? What? How do you like the soup? It's good. Pat the salt.
Can you
What?
please pass the salt? What? Salt. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Walks it all the way down there. Come on.
Fucking
You-
And so my son was like, "Why don't you just do that bar style and just slide that?"
slide over.
I was like, "Damn, you're lazy."
Because Alfred's got to clean that shit up. That's
Oh yeah.
that's fine.
Well, that's what I said too. When he picks up when they pick up their own dishes, I was like, "You got a butler to clean
Yeah,
this shit up.
butler.
Why you?"
What is that all about? Doing your own dishes. What's wrong with you,
I
man? You're a
understand his
Winchester.
family, but you know, you expect mom to clean after you.
No, it's because the way they say it too. Because he's like, do you like this room? He's like, I don't think I've ever been in this room.
Well, no, at
Yeah.
first he's like, "Yeah, what's the problem? It's great." Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Let me flip
You,
this.
Yo.
Yeah.
So the next scene now we go to Grissom. I know one thing I noticed too again watching this thing, and I'm as I'm writing it down like the bullet points. A lot of going back and forth.
Yeah. He's
Like
flipped
they cut
around
from
to a
one
lot
scene
of
to the next.
stories,
Like they keep it moving, keep it moving, keep
Gotta
it
pay
moving. Nobody
attention,
wants-
sugar bums.
Yeah.
Before they go to Grissom, though,
Yes.
you get the scene with the surgeon.
Yes.
Oh.
Now,
Oh yes,
Oh,
you're right. I forgot about that. Yes.
Look at the tools I had to work with, Mr.
You see
Napier.
the tools he was working with? I was like, what the hell did he use on his face?
So check it out.
Fucking no tell hell.
Those were the same
those were
tools.
actually from
Go ahead.
Little Shop of Horrors,
There you go, Chop.
from the dentist.
Ooh.
The dentist that
It's the same exact tools.
same exact tool.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, it looks like the dentist tools in Little Shop.
And now, can you do the connection there, Chops?
The connection is Jack Nicholson was also in the 1960 something version of
Little shop.
Little
of
Shop
Horrors.
of Horrors.
My man.
Look what I had to work with, Mr. Napier.
You know, you have to understand that
It sounds
I
like
had to understand.
you sound like the
Mirror. Mirror. And that's the best when he cracks the mirror and
Yes.
stuff.
yeah.
just
And-
busting out laughing.
I think that's the best laugh of the whole movie.
Yes.
Yes, it is, definitely. And you ever notice when he's running up the stairs, there's one point when you get to the top of the stairs, it's all lit, and you can see his face. It's like it's all pale. There's no whiteness on it.
Ah.
I'm telling you. As soon as he gets up from the chair and he starts laughing hysterically, and he runs out of the chair and goes up the stairs. Right?
Oh, you probably catch something.
And-
yeah,
and
but
you
it's
can
like
catch
dark.
it.
Chop's got the bootleg version.
But
Hey
he,
man,
It's all whitewashed.
the scene is so well done. He breaks the
It
the
is.
light bulb,
Yeah.
and he
Yes,
and he
yeah,
just,
exactly.
he's laughing so hard he's howling.
And,
Basically.
and it's very reminiscent of like the old the Universal horror movies.
Yes.
Almost, like the old Frankenstein and Invisible Man kind of stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
where-
yeah, yeah.
I definitely got that feel the way he filmed that one. Yeah,
also
great
they had, to,
scene, great
like,
scene.
they also had to lighten it up because it was very dark. People complained about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it was
On
really dark.
VHS when it came
Yeah.
out on VHS. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I was watching it on was pretty much the VHS version. It was HD, but it was
Where'd you
it was
watch that?
HD. I watched it on
Beta.
yeah, Beta, exactly. I watched it on the other movie
Prime?
channel, Prime, yeah. But
Oh, 'cause it's on HBO Max, and they got a great
didn't know
version.
that.
They got the actual Blu-ray version of it. Because one thing I noticed was a couple of years ago, I watched it on DC Universe, and it was on Batman Day, as a matter of fact. And I watched it through. They were like just streaming movies all day. I said, "Oh, let me just watch it." And there was a lot of editing cuts that, especially the scene where did he get those wonderful toys?
Where did you get those wonderful toys?
Yeah. So I remember that whole scene being played out in the movie. I mean, on the commercial, they used to show that all the time.
yeah,
But on the DVD version, it cuts off, and so is the VHS version. And so, sure enough, the DC Universe version did the same thing. It would just go straight up to like those wonderful toys.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
But they cut off where does he get? So all it says
No,
is those wonderful
the Prime
toys.
version didn't cut that off.
yeah, mine either.
Oh, I'm just no. I'm just saying. Okay.
I got you.
Yeah.
But the DC Universe version did, and so does the
Okay.
DVD version.
Do you know
Gotcha.
how?
And it
you know
drove
how,
me fucking nuts because
how
that's how the VHS was.
you know how popular that video was when it came out? The VHS.
Oh yeah.
Like, you couldn't rent it. Like you,
Yep.
I didn't rent it till Christmas.
And well, that was the other
It
thing
was
too.
never in.
Well,
It was
because
never in.
the other problem was that at that time nothing was priced to own. If
Right.
you wanted to
Yeah,
own it, it
yeah.
cost like $100.
$100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my friend trying to buy Captain America, and they were like, "It's $130." We're like, "What? The fuck out of here!"
Yeah, right.
God damn.
See, you forcing me to bootleg it.
Yeah.
The first WrestleMania was like $65. I'm like, what are you,
Wow.
stoned?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man, on VHS. Insane.
That's how we used to rent all those shits and just record them.
Yeah, like that shit.
You know?
So
now
so Joker now meets up with Grissom.
Yes. Come to the elevator.
There you
yeah,
go.
that's what he
They
says, the
just-
sugar
they
bumps.
just- yeah, I was gonna say they just part.
Here's your part, Phil.
Sugar bombs.
Is that you, Sugar Bumps?
Is that you, Sugar Bumps?
Oh my God.
And they go to the exchange. He's like, "Yeah, I know you set me up, whatever." Fucking Jack Palance is like shaking with his fucking drink and shit.
Yeah.
Thank God you're alive.
That's a pretty good one too,
I'm
Jake.
afraid you got pride.
And yeah, he says, Jake, he says, Jake says, "No, Jake is dead. You can call me." And then he like steps out of the fucking darkness. Fucking
Yeah.
awesome scene, man.
Take
The
the
lighting.
hat off.
One thing, yes. One thing, I mean, I'm not too much of a fan of recent Tim Burton. Tim Burton kind of fell off, I think. I think the last good movie he did was Big Fish. But
I didn't see that.
fuck, one thing he always does great is the lighting. I love his lighting.
Mm.
Very, very, it's just the lighting in this whole movie, the shadows and everything.
Yes.
Fuck.
This is where you lose me because I'm not that deep into the films like you guys are, like you are, because you're a film student, but like I just visually,
Visually, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, everything was just beautiful.
Yes, the way, and the way, like I said, like the way he just steps out of the darkness and it's like everything is perfect. And you just
Yeah.
the reveal of the Joker is just like,
all dark, you don't see
yeah.
it's like,
And again, the
it's-
soundtrack, the score.
Yeah.
This is where I go by the score versus the soundtrack.
Mhm.
But the score, yeah, he starts doing that crazy music while he's shooting fucking, while he's shooting them.
Yeah, the whole
Like circus type
circus
music.
kind of music.
Yeah, it's like circus
yeah.
music. Yeah, yeah. When he picks up the paper, and he's like, when he sees the Batman.
Wait till they get a load of me.
This town needs an enema.
Anima, yes.
Anima.
No, he doesn't say
Not
that
yet.
when he's looking at the paper.
No. That's
Oh,
later on,
okay.
that's later on. So now he's meeting with the table with the bosses.
Yes.
That's a great scene too.
Which is
But he's got the fake makeup on to make himself look like he's normal.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always thought that they put white makeup on the handkerchief and then he just wiped himself up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was.
No, it's not.
It's reversed.
Yeah, they actually no. They put white. They use this some kind of a plastic white painting on his face first.
Uh-huh.
Then they
Yeah.
put some kind of like a food oil that like nothing would stick to it, and then they put another fucking thing.
What, like vegetable oil?
It was something like I don't know what kind of. It wasn't like vegetable oil. It was something another kind of oil.
You
that
borrow
they use in
fucking
the makeup.
Western oil from Florence?
Dip your head in this vat.
Then they put the final thing on top of it. So it's like fucking like 4 layers of shit.
Yeah, so we're gonna wipe
Wow.
off the
And then
makeup
they've
with
on the,
another
He's
makeup.
got Mrs. Brady in the dressing room. Wipe that Western on me, baby.
Oh, shit. And then they put alcohol on the handkerchief.
Love
So
that
he wiped
Joker.
it was wiping off that first layer. Pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's
I was like, wow, there's a lot of
Yeah.
work to do that to make that look good.
Yeah, I would have just did the opposite way. It'd have been a lot easier. Well, I guess it would have been. I guess it made it easier to put the prosthetics. To blend
That's
the
true, too.
prosthetics into the face. by
That's true
putting
too.
that,
Yeah,
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
You know.
Good point.
yeah. So he's like, well, he wants them all to go underneath his leadership because Carl Grissom gave him the thing. And one guy says, "What do you say no?" What happens?
He gets fried.
He gets a handshake.
The secret
Well, he
handshake.
says, yeah. He says, then you can leave with just a handshake. He's like, that's it.
Yeah. And he says, okay, cool. And he electrocutes him, fries him to death, which is awesome, which is
That's what
great.
we
I like that.
Ooh, we got a live one
That
here.
one is-
He's like, oh.
yeah, exactly.
And then he starts talking to the corpse afterwards.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's the best. He's like tying
Well,
it tight.
yeah, he starts doing the punch too. He's like, sorry, Antoine was a little hot under the collar.
He's
great.
got shtick too. It's funny.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. My son loved about him. He's just like, he's killing somebody, he's still joking, and throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and the Joker sings, there's got to be, what was it? Oh, it's going to be a hot time in Old
In Old
Tamale.
Town tonight.
Old Town
I
tonight.
forgot about it. Yeah. Yeah, so he's doing the dance.
Which is sung by Guy Lombardo sings that song.
I did not know that. Did you know that,
Yes.
Ed?
Even though that's Chops' job to say that.
I did not know that. Did you? Heyo.
Yes.
Yes, you are correct. You are correct, sir. Heyo.
He's great, man. I'm dying here. So he sends Bob out to go watch on Vicky Vale and Knox to find out
Which he does his
what they know about
famous-
Batman. And that's when he does
Famous impression.
he does like
Bill?
Jack Palance.
Bill, please, would you?
Bob.
Oh,
Bob, you're my number one.
you're my number one.
You gotta get the crazy. Well, yeah. Bob.
You're my number one.
With the breathing and everything. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
You nailed it. I'm just dying laughing.
Oh man.
So
And it's funny too, because Bob's in one shot, like one hand taking pictures, but all the mines and everything are setting up to do his whole thing. So it's like, how can I be convert taking these pictures if you about to attack everybody?
Wait a minute.
Oh, you're moving on. Okay. Yeah. No, not yet. Yeah.
To the court, to the courthouse scene.
The
right?
courthouse.
Yeah. So before that, though, we see Bruce visiting. Vicky's following Bruce because he goes to Crime Alley and he's putting the flowers down.
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
that's when.
Yeah, because what's his name? Alfred blew up his spot.
Yeah, Alfred
Yeah.
did blow up his
I was
spot.
like, yo, Alfred,
What
man.
man?
We've been here for a long time, Ms. Vale.
I'd have been like, look, Alfred, man, if a woman says something, just go with it. Why you
Don't cock
Yo.
me, man.
Alfred blows up his game the whole movie. If you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
Don't be a
someone's
boy.
got to keep Batman in check.
30 years to clean this kid's fucking sheets, his dishes.
Fuck your
Putting up with
couch.
Fuck your couch.
He's got to teach him right, man. Don't be lying to the ladies, man.
Don't be lying to the ladies.
And then the courthouse scene happens, and Joker shows up and he throws the feather.
The pen is
Yeah.
mightier than the sword.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's funny. I was like, I'm looking at it. I was like, you see one mime? I think maybe throughout my entire life, I might have seen one. I was like, when you see more than one in an area, something's about to go down.
Didn't they do that in Batman Returns too? Like there was a lot of wasn't it?
No,
nine?
they
circus
were
clowns.
part of the circus.
Circus clowns, yeah, circus clowns,
because they were doing the flips and the rolls and all that
that's
stuff.
right,
and,
yeah.
and mimes usually don't steal babies. Circus clowns do.
It's true.
I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't have circus clown etiquette. I didn't know that.
They originally had 3 kids.
Yeah, they kept dropping us over at the circus. And they're like, damn, you guys are still here.
Circus clown stole my baby. No, it's a true story. Stop that. It's not funny.
Circus midget, man. Circus
The carny folk.
It's all a lie, man. It's all a lie.
So, so now if we could, on the news, all they're doing is talking about Batman.
Yeah.
And that's the scene where he does that, where he shoots with the boxing glove and everything. He's like, someone tell me what kind of world we live in.
A man dressed as a bat.
Gets all my press.
Oh, this town needs an enema.
Now, one thing I did notice that when he's watching the TV and he shoots it with the boxing glove that has the extension thing.
Which becomes a
That
staple with
thing-
him, by the way.
What?
Which becomes a staple of the Joker.
Well, what I was gonna say
yeah,
was that
that's true.
if you notice, the thing is on a mount, a big metal mount, and it's pointed right at the TV, so that way when he gets pissed off, he can just reach over and push the button.
He probably has a mind that brings TVs to him every other day.
That's what I'm saying. No, because then in another scene a little later on, he's watching TV again and he shoots it.
Fucking
So
genius.
yeah, they probably just keep
They
bringing in the
just,
TV.
Bob just replaces them. They got a whole
That's
line of fucking TVs right behind them. He's just like,
But
all
that-
right,
but- but-
next.
but just to piggyback on what Jay was saying, the boxing glove with the extension, that becomes a staple. Like I remember having the Super
Everything, yep.
Friends, the Superpowers toy.
Yeah, and the toys
Yep.
came with the box.
Yep, and then in the comic books and the cartoons, and even in
Video game.
in the Injustice video game.
Yeah, I was just about to say that in the video
that's
game.
one of the,
he does
that's
that,
one
yeah.
of the kills. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even though because when my son was really little and when we were buying him the little the action figures that were like superheroes and stuff. Yeah, it even came with that, like the vehicles or something, or the whole bet, the Joker.
Yeah, my son
Hideaway
had the
or
fun. My
something.
son had the fun house, the Joker.
Yeah,
fun
that's
house.
what's the fun house,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. And then he sees. They skip to a couple other scenes or whatever. We're moving on, and it goes to the when he sees a picture now of Vicky Vale that Bob gives him.
Who's this?
Stop the press. Who is that?
Vicky Vale.
I like Batman.
Vicky Vale.
She's got style. She's dating Bruce Wayne. That's about to change.
Yeah, right.
She goes, that's about to
switch
change.
and then we jump to the commercials. Oh no!
Oh, my
To the news. First, the news about the models that died with the Joker, with the Joker smiles.
Yes.
And then the commercial comes in.
Love
Joker.
that Joker.
Yeah.
I can do that to my son.
What
While
am I saying, Miguel?
I kept going. Love that Joker. Love that Joker. Talking about it.
That news reporter looked diesel as hell. See how big she was? She's like this. The big ass shoulder pads, the arms are like this.
Oh yes, the news report. Yes.
Yes.
No, I noticed that too. I was like, what the fuck is he, a football player?
Yo, in the 80s was all about the shoulder pads.
It was about the
Yes,
shoulder pads.
yes.
Okay, you gotta
But no,
understand.
but also,
times.
but it looked like the jacket was like fucking 5 times too big for her.
I call it the
Hell
Kirstie
yeah.
Alley look because Kirstie Alley was
Yes.
She always
Yep.
had the fucking
Cheers,
Joe
yep.
Flacco fucking shoulder pads on.
Yep.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
that was
Looking
definitely
like somebody. She played linebacker for the Jets.
So, yeah, man.
Yes, the Joker commercial comes on. He's like, all the products or whatever.
Now, is it just me? I now I might be getting this wrong, but in the commercial, the Joker commercial, where you see the models kind of like with the mouth cutouts, they're like, "Love that Joker." What's it called?
It's so good.
Weren't those the 2 models that they just said died?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And he just took their pictures. He cut their mouth out.
There was actually more to that scene too. Yeah. They were supposed to actually show the models and everything.
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was great. And then the news reporter with the oversized jacket was busting out laughing and it falls to the
She got
ground.
laughing.
You're like, "Oh, this just in. More people are dying." This is totally funny. Not the right time.
Oh, my God.
That's funny. They're like, "Do something about it." He's like, "Oh, I don't think it's the right time to be laughing."
Word. And she keeled over and literally
Big
died
smile
laughing.
with the Kool-Aid smile.
Word.
And now we jump over to the museum scene. Vicky Vale's going there thinking that she has a dinner with Bruce.
Yes.
Yep.
And Alfred says, he's like, "Oh yeah, Vicky will be said she'll be late." He's like, "Wait, I gotta wait."
Okay. Wait.
Wait a minute.
Supposed
Today?
to meet
I
with
don't
her.
have a date with her today.
Now you want to be
That
on my
much-
side?
Word.
And it's like, it's like, I set up a date with her. Instead of thinking maybe she got something wrong, it's like, Joker might supposed to be behind this. I'm going to be at that museum, break the freaking windows down, and then see if somebody's there. You know?
But,
Let's go make some
I
art.
also thought it was
yes,
funny.
that's what I'm about to get to right now. He's like, "Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence, and then
Oh,
party
hell.
man."
Gang. I was playing on the way home tonight. I was all getting all excited.
Oh, nice. So let's talk
It's
about
so
the
funny 'cause
soundtrack.
it's a museum that has like 10 paintings and the rest of it's a restaurant. I'm just like, okay. You know?
Yeah, so the album was recorded in 6 weeks, from February to late March of '89. Prince used 3 tracks recorded earlier: "Electric Chair," "Scandalous," and "Vicky Vale Waiting," or Anna Waiting for his girlfriend Anna Fantastic. So it did all the samples, and in a Rolling Stone interview, Prince revealed that the project was initially supposed to be a collaboration between him and Michael Jackson. That didn't.
Yeah, Michael Jackson had to back out because of concerts.
Yeah.
And
Also-
George Michael too. Right?
Yeah. What? George Michael too. Yeah, George
Yeah.
Michael too. Yeah.
There were 5 singles from the album. That Dance, of course, was the most popular. Party Man's my favorite.
That's my favorite too.
The Arms of Orion, Scandalous, and The Future. All from from June '89 to May of '90. There were 5. This album sold a ridiculous amount of money. And then the other the score was by Danny Elf. What's
Danny
his name?
Elfman.
Yeah,
Danny Elfman. Yep.
yeah, he did that, and again, just brilliant, like brilliant. And
It really is.
Yeah. And I mean, for the time, again, now we're 15, right? At this point, 14, 15 years old.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's like, Prince is still hot from '84.
Yes.
So it's, you know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So it's like, it just,
And he wasn't even. And Tim
Sorry.
Burton actually asked him just to do one song,
right.
and
So
he did the fucking whole album. He sent him the whole album.
it took me a couple of years to truly appreciate the soundtrack. I didn't.
Yeah.
It just, for me, it didn't go with the whole
No,
scene, right?
It didn't. It didn't with me either. Yeah, I agree.
Right, but around 20, 21 years old, I'm party man to myself every chance I get because I had the soundtrack, I had to have it,
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
That happened to me for as far as Prince in general, like I was like, he's all right and stuff like that. Like I never really, because I'm a musician and I never really appreciated what a musician that guy was.
man.
It's
Yeah.
like when I really
Interesting.
learned about him and listened and all that I was like, wow, like that's insane. I can't believe I underestimated this guy all these years, just
Exactly. True that. True that.
underrated him or something.
Absolutely, Jay. And just imagine the thought process. Like Lou said, Burton asked him to do how many songs? One song?
One song.
Right,
And
did a
6
whole-
weeks
He
later,
sent him
he
the
had a
whole
whole
album.
album.
Yeah, he
And
sent
he
him
wrote a
the
whole album in 6 weeks. Like, yeah, he
Yeah,
probably
he
said
did it
like
in
this.
his
Batman.
video,
It's everybody had an appreciation for a good comic book hero, man. Like
Yeah.
I think, and these people are larger than life, so it's like for their appreciation of it, it's like, oh man,
Yeah.
like Prince gave him the ultimate, gave Batman for '89 an amazing tribute.
I think when you were talking about the singles too, I was like, I don't understand how Trust didn't become a song because that's like one of my
Trust was
favorite
a good
songs, too.
song too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have that on my playlist all the time.
It's
That
all,
and
I
Party
got those out playing on the way
Yeah.
home tonight,
Yeah.
getting ready for the podcast.
Man. That's awesome. So they were so they're messing up all the paintings now.
They
Mm.
gassed the room.
The gas.
Gas, oh yeah, you're right. The gas.
Yeah.
They give Vicky Vale the mask.
You
He
can
says,
take that off
urgent.
now.
Put it on now.
And it's
You can take
written
that
like
I think
like
he says. I think
5-year-old.
he says you can take that off now. I think.
I think.
It's so much time. She's like, Jack, I thought you said you were gonna let me watch you improve the painting.
That was a fucking weird scene too, right?
Hell yeah.
But the best is though, he's like, "Oh, I'm in trouble now."
Hey, which painting was it that I like this one? Was it Mona Lisa?
No,
No.
Carving
It was
of
like a
Meat.
death one. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
spread on
Yeah.
and like a butcher or something like that.
He's like,
The
not this
carving of
one.
meat. It's the love of meat or something like that.
It's a famous painting. I've seen it. And I remember.
I
seeing it in
remember
college,
seeing
and
some
I just
chops
can't
that said
Yeah.
something about
remember,
meat. It was so comes.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
And then they had their fun thing or whatever, and he thought she sprayed. Oh, he tries to spray the
Acid.
flower,
Alex
the
on
acid.
acid on it. Yeah, and then she throws the water on him. Ah, I'm melting. I'm melting. Awesome.
And he's like,
And it's but I love that scene just because the way everything just goes is so
Right.
fucking fast. It's just like boo, and then fucking glass breaks and fucking Batman comes flying down.
Yeah.
he
And
never comes in the front door. Like it's like you always gotta
Make it
break
I was like,
trees.
that's a damn museum. You know how much it costs to replace that damn
No.
museum?
he's like Brother Man from Martin.
What are you doing? Nothing. Getting a
No.
sandwich.
Eating a sandwich, chilling.
Batman. What are you doing? Nothing.
Yeah, I remember
I'm gonna
that.
crash your ceiling. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he left like a gift card or something on the roof
Man,
for like
Oh,
fixing
man.
windows.
why you got my mom's robe on, but man? Why?
What are you doing?
We get to that scene with the where did you get those wonderful toys scene we talked about.
But even that scene, even when you see the full scene, it looks like it's abruptly cut.
It's weird.
Like they
It's very
just
weird.
edited
The
it real
editing is
quick.
very weird in the movie.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely agree.
because I remember even seeing it in the theater, and when he finishes with those wonderful toys, it just kind of cut out. And shit.
It cuts,
and,
yeah.
And it goes
Every
into another
time.
scene that it doesn't even like.
That's
go,
what I'm
you know,
talking
like-
about. That's what I'm
That's
talking
what we
about.
were
They
talking about
fixed it.
before.
Yeah, that's why I said they fixed it on the newer versions, the Blu-ray
I
and
see.
everything. Because I have a DVD that still has that version, the old version.
Yeah, yeah. It almost looked like I was looking for the cigarette mark in the corner. Like, change
there's
the
actually
wheel.
there's a couple of scenes like that I felt I was like, what the? I remember watching. I was so jarred. I was like, like who fucking edited this thing? But
A blind man. He's just cutting tape on the floor with his. What if I do this? And he's holding shit. Tim's like, "What are you doing?" "No, Cut man, what are you doing? Nothing. Making sandwiches.
cutting some shit.
Cut man, cutting shit. Cut man on the fifth floor. Cut man, what are you doing? Cut man's like the Warner Brothers president's nephew.
The guy who played Brother Man right now, his ears are ringing. He's like, somebody remembers me.
No. Cut man is like the Rockwell of Motown. Like Barry Gordy's nephew made the shit song. That's
Yeah.
Cut man.
Yes. Holy
Man
shit! I hear every time they play this song on Halloween, I'm like, this is like so horrible. This song, like, how did
That's a
they write
great
this
story, but that's not for the podcast.
song? I know. I heard the
It's a
story.
great
Too.
fucking story.
But all right. So we go through the whole car scene. How much do you weigh? And he sends her
Now-
up.
The car. The
What?
car. The car.
The car?
Talk about the car.
Yes.
Jay, you had a
Didn't
car.
David, David Copperfield buy that car, the original one?
Oh, you know what? I told my son, I was like, wasn't there a contest to win the car?
Yes, there was.
Yeah, with the trading cards,
He
right?
said it was an Impala. It was like an Impala.
Impala with
Ferrari.
Ferrari motor. Ferrari backlights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some kind of crazy
Yeah,
shit.
and
Yeah, well, I'm ashamed of you, Jay. You fucking-
No, I didn't know. I
broke my heart.
figured they built
Really?
it,
Again, though,
Get a
just
car.
another piece of Batman setting the tone for everything else we watch. That
Yeah,
car
because-
was way ahead of its time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because every Batmobile after that had to compete against
We're
that,
used to
you know?
we're used to the old. What was the old '66 version?
Yeah,
The
it was like
Impala?
a Chevy. No.
Chevy, yeah.
She's talking about the Adam West one.
the Adam
It
West
was like a
Cadillac.
Chrysler with the fins, with the fins.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there it is.
that's it right there.
The Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I forgot what kind of car that was. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty funny.
But,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's like I think you said it was like 20 feet long or something like that. It's
Wow.
crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, I
really?
know.
Damn.
I think David Copperfield owned the original for a while.
Wow.
He owned it.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Did we get to the Joker profile yet? When Batman's looking through.
No. We're getting
Okay.
there. It comes after this
Okay.
part.
So,
Now, see,
Um,
when I was watching the because you mentioned the how much you weigh, scene and stuff. When I was watching the Prime movie, I don't know if I saw it, but I asked my son. He said it didn't sound familiar to him, but it almost seemed like. Remember when he asked her how much you weigh, and she's like 120, and then they
He says
stop-
108.
or
108.
something like that, whatever it is.
108, yeah.
You weigh a little bit
Soaking
more.
wet.
108, and she's like,
Yeah, exactly. Really.
they like cut that scene out, like where
No,
he
no.
threw it in her face. I didn't.
No. He throws it in her face afterwards. She was like,
Yeah,
really?
No, that's what
108?
I'm saying. Like after they're done
No,
fighting.
yeah, that was always like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I just missed
Maybe you're
it.
thinking about the mole rats fucking scene.
No.
Fly, fat man, fly! When they go up on the thing, he's like, "You
Yeah.
tubby little bitch."
Damn.
So he lets her go up there, and he falls back down. He's got to fight the bad guys. They knock him out. They're like, "Yo, check his wallet."
Check it right.
Check it out. You know?
Yeah.
But he
Some
beats the
Crime
shit out
Alley shit right there, taking dudes' wallets and shit.
Word.
And then then we get this guy coming out of nowhere, flipping over the freaking 20-foot fence and stuff with two katanas.
Yo, was that guy?
Word.
That guy was fucking weird as fuck because he looked like he was like on crack or something. 'Cause he's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He, had the
That's what I'm
same, he took the same meth from those two guys who
Yeah,
the same
man.
glue from the same guy in the beginning of the movie.
He was, I'm like, and then like he kicks him, then he goes back and he goes like, "Oh, yeah." I'm like, what the fuck? They should have
Love
got
that
Al Young
glue.
for that.
Love that Joker glue.
Vicky Bell taking pictures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And
flashing
did you
in the back.
notice Did you notice every time Batman threw a punch, the flash went off?
Flashes went off. Yeah.
Every time, bam, boom. Just like the
Well, he's
cartoon.
throwing a lot of them, you know, so I don't
Yeah.
know if it was timed properly.
Yeah, I don't know if it was time, but you definitely see a lot of flashes while they're fighting.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time he hit somebody, flash, flash, flash.
Maybe that was an
It's
homage
awesome.
to the Adam West Batman.
That's what I was
That's a
saying.
good. That's a good point, Jay.
You know?
That's a very good point.
That's exactly why I said that.
Yeah.
But that dude with the swords, I was like, they should have got Al Young, the guy who played Genghis Kong, and
Oh yeah.
And
fucking
Bill to
Lord
that dude,
And the terrorist in Die Hard.
yeah, terrorist. Well, he was in like every fucking '80s movie as a henchman.
hell yeah.
They got. I told you. I think I told you last
Went
time.
to the Mars bar, you know.
He's got a. They made a documentary about him.
Yeah, I remember.
It's like
yeah,
in
we
every.
did
He's
that.
in Chuck Norris Invasion USA. I think it was. Look at everything.
Oh,
Everything-
Delta Force you talking about?
it
Chuck
was the
Norris?
Chinese guy. The Chinese guy that was in.
That was Delta Force. That was with Chuck Norris and
Yeah, and Lee Marvin.
Lee Marvin. I had the cars of that from that movie.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, ain't that some shit?
yeah, man.
So he takes it back to the Batcave.
Yeah,
Gives it a formula for the Smilex, whatever. How it's a
Well,
mixture
I
of
tell you
shit.
what though, she was kind of getting annoying, man. You know, he needed to put his foot down on her. 'Cause
That's
we
what
were
I'm
trying to like
saying.
look at her, and he's like, put the wind on and shit, so now she can't see. You know,
Yeah,
and then you know, like
ungrateful
he's trying to
bitch, I just
type on the
saved you.
you
computer.
trying to look at him. And
Yeah, and then
he
he's trying to type on the
eye.
computer. She all up on this side
then
on this side.
That's
you
when Phil channels his Sean Connery and says,
Don't make me fucking slap you, you whore.
know?
Don't give me the stink eye.
You know? I'd be like, yeah, well,
I just
obviously-
shaved your bougie ass, you whore.
Obviously, I don't want you to see me, man. So fucking stay back there.
I got your Pulitzer Prize right here.
And it's funny too because after,
Chops just literally fell off the couch.
Oh, man.
and then after he's done with her, she wakes up in her apartment, and it looks like she was like dating.
No, but that's what I was about to say. You didn't let me get to say my part there. So I was about to say, because,
Holy
He's like-
bat roofie!
no, yeah, he says to her, there's something else I want. And then he fucking puts the cape over her. And then she wakes up like fucking all disheveled and shit
Yeah,
like that.
I don't know. I don't. I
Bat
can't work right.
roofie!
That was definitely a bat roofie.
Well,
Does he get it the same place with a shark repellent is? Because I gotta tell you, I wanna meet the chemist who makes all this shit for Batman. It's probably that same German dude from the Joker scene. I tried to
Dude,
stop sleeping with these women.
you're going to have a bat baby.
Yes, take your towel off, Mr. Vane. Do the Watusi.
The bat roofie.
oh, shit. Oh, you killing me.
So
Oh, man.
Alfred talks fucking Bruce into telling Vicky about telling Vicky that who he is, whatever. He goes to her apartment. I love this scene when he's trying to tell fucking Vicky,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, she's just, well, and she's like, no, and he did this, and he did this, and he pushes her down. He's just like, look, you're a nice girl, I like you, but shut up.
And she was like, oh.
And he goes to this whole
That
fucking
kind of tear me
war.
up.
He goes to this like fucking long speech where I'm like, man, just get to the fucking point.
Boy. Nobody wants to read a biography,
But
Bruce.
you just can't drop a load on somebody like. I'm
But-
back.
Yeah.
You know, like you gotta
Listen,
like,
Jay. Listen. Lou, the League of Shadows didn't teach him how to talk. How to fight.
But the way, and I mean, it's great. I love it because it's fucking total Michael Keaton. It's total Michael Keaton fucking just being Michael Keaton. And he's like, when a guy gets up in the morning and he goes up for breakfast.
He's like, oh my god,
And
you're
he had
married.
grapefruits
Yeah, exactly.
and granola.
Fucking awesome. I love that fucking scene.
Yeah.
And then the doorbell rings and
The Joker comes in,
yes, he does.
and he
Got a
says,
nice little package for her.
yes, very nice package. Like the rap, too.
Like last
That's
time we
right.
met, we were interrupted.
Chops, I
Last
told
time
you it's the last time we're not going to talk about fucking Jack Nicholson's package anymore.
Oh,
The restraining order is real.
like the rap.
Um,
So he comes into the apartment with the package, and he starts dancing with Vicky. And then what's it
Did
called?
you
This
see-
guy Bruce goes. He's like, oh shit, you know. So he goes, grabs the tray, you know.
Shoved in the jacket.
Yeah.
The
Well, they
whole
don't actually.
thing.
You don't see that. You don't even know that. Yeah, you don't know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You just
yeah.
see him grabbing the tray, and then he comes out
Some
the,
Back to the Future Part 2.
you know.
Yeah,
And I don't know what he was trying to do. I mean, was he trying to piss him off to shoot him or something like that? Because he like.
I
walked
think
up
so.
to
I
him,
think
he's
that
like,
that was the only way
I
he.
know
Yeah.
who you are. know
I
who-
think. Yo, first of all, again, Michael Keaton fucking killed that scene.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Whereas, let me tell you about a kid I know. Like the way he just. I love the way Michael Keaton acts, man.
And he kept calling him Jack instead of Joker.
Yes. Well, no. He says, let me tell you about a kid I know named Jack. He
Yeah.
never called him Joker. He never talked to him. He said, I'm gonna tell you about a kid I know named Jack. He was an evil kid. He was a bad kid. You know, he's like, oh, I like him already.
I like him already.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
And then he goes total Beetlejuice at that scene.
Totally.
I'm
Totally.
like,
I
damn,
just
that
looked
was my
at him like-
mother's ashes in that vase you just
Oh,
broke.
shit, shut the fuck up.
You killed Uncle Freddy.
Again.
And I tell you, this is a typical like superhero thing, but thank God Joker shot him in the chest and not in the face.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think he was trying to entice him to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So this way, because nobody gets shot in the head in this movie. Everybody gets shot.
Yeah.
One shot, you know.
53 kills, no headshots.
Yeah, no headshots. This ain't John Wick.
Watching the new Rambo movie.
It's like, yeah, watch this and then watch John Wick, and you're like, holy shit! Like you made sure, like you shot him 3 times in the chest, but they'll go throw 1 in the head just to make sure.
Like the Rambo movie when he jumps into the back of the truck and shoots the
Oh,
driver.
the new
And then
one?
it destroys
That
people.
new
Yeah, the
Rambo
new
movie?
one. The new
Yeah,
one.
no. He killed that whole cartel, man. That dude, that was some gory shit.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
fuck,
that was
oh
the
man, we
best
saw that in the theater.
Rambo, bro.
Me and Jason were cheering like fucking little kids.
Oh, that's so good. So gory.
Get that dirty
bro.
general.
No, Jay, it's all about the new one, with the
No, that's what
cartel.
I'm talking about.
With the
The fourth
cartel.
one.
Oh, the
Oh, he
cartel
goes
one.
to
Oh,
save
yeah,
his
yeah,
daughter.
that
He
was-
goes
Last
to-
Blood,
he
Last Blood.
goes to
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was the best one.
That
bro.
one we saw. We didn't get to see the last one in the movie theaters, which I regret.
yeah.
I got to
recommend
see.
all my
I got
friends
to see
that
First
movie.
Blood with the director. Which was
Yeah, that's
awesome.
cool.
That was fucking cool shit.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, just dropping some names or something.
Well,
So it's
Let me pick that name up or something. Yeah. So
Jack Nicholson gives him a little, you know.
well, he says, yeah, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Moonlight.
And then that's it. He's like, what?
"What do you want? Oh, a little song, a little dance. Batman's head on the lens."
Yeah, that was back in the museum. Scene,
I know.
man.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. I thought that was when he came into the
Uh,
apartment. My
it was,
bad.
it was true because Vicky Bell asks him, "What do you want?" He's like,
Yeah.
and that's what he says.
Yeah, yeah.
But no. But before he shoots him, he's like,
No, because in the museum, because this actually
it's
is
it's
back
trust-
to- because he says, "What do you want?" And he goes, "I don't know, my face on a $1 bill."
Yeah,
She's
that's the
like, "You
first
gotta be
time.
joking."
and then right before he puts the acid on her.
Yeah.
That's when he says that.
Yeah, because actually, my son made the reference back at like the end. To the beginning when I explained the comic book. We'll
Yeah.
get to it back then. But I was like, very good. You're actually paying attention.
But he says that line, and Bruce is like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "What?" And then that's when he shoots him or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
He plays dead, lets him go. And they do that awesome reference. That's a Rolling Stones reference, if anybody doesn't know. When, with the dead flowers come up,
roses, yeah.
send me dead flowers. And
oh, wow, I didn't know that.
yeah,
And he does like a little poem or something like that. Take my heart, but not my
yeah, yeah. It's like I'm laughing on the outside, but I'm
Yeah.
crying. I'm weeping in the
Yeah,
inside.
it's deep.
That's great.
Yeah.
Isn't that from Edgar Allan Poe?
No, Edgar Allan Poe is "Take Thy Beak from Thy Heart."
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, okay.
But then the other one that he did that part was another one.
All right, it's too late tonight to get too deep. All
Yeah.
right.
Right? We're gonna analyze some Poe now.
I know.
Shut up,
said
it's
that.
fucking
I'm
5:30.
trying to move it on, man.
I know. We it's time.
But now we find out that that his parents were shot. Bruce Wayne's parents were shot by Jack Napier. He goes into the whole flashback, and you see that he says the same thing where he's about to kill Bruce as a kid. Over Dance with the Devil by the
Actually
Pale
goes
Moonlight.
back to the whole screenwriters. I mean,
Yeah.
well, no, that wasn't part of the script. That was when part of the strike. They put that in there. They didn't, the screenwriter was like adamant, like he did not want that, and a lot of Batman fans got pissed off.
Actually, Bob Kane approved of it because he
Oh,
said
did
it
he?
made sense. Yeah, he said it made sense. He said if he knew he was gonna make the Joker character
Uh-huh.
before he did Batman,
No,
you know,
well, I didn't know
he
about
didn't create the
Batman
character. Yeah. That's what I said. It was relevant anyway because everybody, it became part of the. It was great because, like, again, we're dealing with a one-off movie. We're not thinking
Yeah,
anything else about it. But Joker, they're about to cancel the parade, and
The
Joker
celebration
says,
of Gotham, right?
yes, the
200
birthday.
200
Yeah,
years.
the 200
Anniversary,
throughout the
yes.
entire
200
movie, they
anniversary.
keep telling you like, we're not gonna yield to these criminals. You know, we're
Yeah.
gonna have this party no matter what. But now they
Yeah.
find out that we can't keep this under control and we gotta cancel it.
Yeah, the mayor of Gotham looking like a bootleg Ed Koch.
Edge Koch, yes.
I thought it was
Totally
him
did.
first, and I was
Dude.
like, oh no, that's not him.
The Mad magazine. I have the Mad magazine of the joke
you
on.
don't.
I swear to God.
Oh no!
And-
Tell me that.
all they do is keep calling him Ed Koch.
I'm coming over right
They're like,
now.
"Why
I
is
want
Ed
to read
Koch?"
that. I love
Actually,
that.
it's at Chops' house. It's in my
I
box. It's in one of
remember
my
that
boxes.
book.
Remember that? Yeah.
I
I was a
remember
huge
the
Mad magazine fucking.
I
Yeah.
love Mad Magazine.
Yes.
I used to collect that shit
It's
up.
not that good anymore. I stopped
It's still
collecting it.
around?
I haven't
It's
seen
gone.
it. in a
No,
long
they
Yeah.
actually just finished it.
Oh, because
I was collecting it because, New
the
York
artist
Comic Con.
died. The person that was doing all
Yeah.
the art.
Al Jaffe, I think it was. Al
Yeah,
Jaffe.
Jaffe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But no, but
Okay,
when I went to
yeah.
Comic Con, they gave me a subscription for like $5
Yeah.
for a year. I was like, all right, fuck it.
I'll take it.
So let's get on. We're going on to
Yes.
the oh yeah. So Joker says, oh, you know what? They're canceling this shit. It's kind of like COVID-19. They're like, fuck y'all shit. We're gonna fucking do the party anyway. We're gonna do the parade.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be dumping $20 million.
Yep.
To everybody.
The crowd.
And he's gonna have a showdown with Batman.
My
Yeah,
Because I
God.
took off my mask. Will he take off
You
his?
too. Exactly.
And then you get the poised screen with him like.
Yeah.
You should make that your profile pic, Jay.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
So now we go to Alfred lets fucking Vicky in to the Batcave.
What the hell?
Well, that was
God.
another one of the screenwriter things that they were like, you shouldn't have done that, you know, like, but
People got fucking pissed about
Yeah.
that. I never
was
thought
pissed
nothing
off
about it.
too.
You shouldn't have done that.
I
He's
was
just a
pissed.
boy.
You know how many people want to see the Batcave, and they always cover their eyes. They put a mask over their head or whatever. Nobody ever knows what a Batcave
Like the
is.
cartel. You should
Ever.
treat it like the cartel and
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
you
Driving
know,
around the
totally.
block a couple of times.
Yeah.
it's like, you
Back her
know,
out.
she tricked him though, you know, because she
Hit him
was
with a
like,
bat
he
brick,
told me he
you
was
know?
Batman. And he was like,
Oh,
oh,
Luffy?
okay. And he's like, no, he didn't, but you just did.
But yeah, he was always kind of Alfred was kind of always just like, yeah, I'm trying to do the best for you. But
Yeah, Bruce has got to tell him, look, just because I sleep with a woman don't mean that she got to know I'm Batman.
listen, obviously Alfred made a bad decision because she didn't come back in part 2.
Part two.
He's like, yeah, I found another hole.
He messed up her dry cleaning. That's why. You gotta have Tony Stark's dry cleaner.
But also, when Vicky Vale was almost knocked out in his bed, she wakes up and she sees him hanging upside down on the thing,
Yeah, but that's
right? So that pretty much could give it away, but not really.
Nah, not really.
I was like, don't you find that a little odd? You slept with somebody,
Yeah.
you wake up and they're hanging upside down.
At 3 in the
Hey,
morning?
but Lucas was just like, what? He could have back problems. He needs to stretch out.
He
He's
could
like,
be an orthopedic surgeon, Dad.
You say you wanted to hang upside down on that Tita hang up thing, right? And I was like, well,
Touche.
exactly. You got that. Sometimes he's got to put me in check, you know?
So he does another line from Bat Dance. I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
For some reason, that always just sticks in my head.
Yeah, of course.
And he gets in the Batmobile. He fucking blows up the factory. That's making all the Smilex or whatever. And then we jump over to the parade. And we get Trust, which is fucking awesome Prince song. I love that
Good
song.
song.
Trust.
Did you ever see it when they show the bottle of in the lab when did they show the bottle of the Joker stuff? Did you ever look at it? It says like Monsieur de Joker or something like that.
Looking like a
The bottle
bootleg
of the-
Palm
the-
Olive.
Yeah, You know, it's like Chanel #5 or some shit. Like that.
It ain't your mom Gina Tay, I can tell you that.
Exactly. Toy the toilet.
So now we see the Batwing. We get the first.
Oh, forget it. I
Look
was
at the
telling
Batwing.
Louis, I was like, oh my God, the Batwing.
That toy, I wanted that toy so badly, and I'm
Yo, the
fucking
theater
fucked
just
up.
We had this one. Miguel had it.
He did have it. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it had the little
Okay.
trigger thing that
Yes,
you
that's
could-
right.
Joker
Holy
with.
shit! I totally forgot about that.
I know. I told him, I was like, yeah, that thing was our go-to toy. You know, like you always had that favorite toy that
Yes.
always like is gonna blow
Especially because it
everybody
had
up.
that gun thing. Yes.
Yeah, I said
Because you gotta fly that shit around.
That was always the hero ship. G.I. Joe loved that ship.
True that.
Mine was playing with Miguel's He-Man and Thundercats toys in a battle royal all the time. But until my father caught me at 2:00 in the morning playing that while I was on acid.
Yeah,
Good
that
times, good times, good times. He's dying.
Yeah.
So
Love that joke. Yeah,
So he's like,
you
well,
go
you
to
know.
bed, you junkie. Pick up all those goddamn batons.
So he's like, where is the Batman? He goes, probably at home washing his tights.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, Wizard, that goes back to what we were talking about, like with the comic book. You know, he's throwing all this money out to the crowd and stuff, but when you read the comic,
Yeah,
you
it's-
see that they actually look at the money and it's Joker money. His face
Yeah.
is on the bill. You know, and
Yeah,
that
$1
goes back.
bill. It's a $1 bill with his face on it. Yep.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
goes back to the museum where he was like, my
Yeah,
face on a $1 bill.
$1 bill.
You know.
So,
Yeah,
so Batman comes swooping in.
Mhm.
He starts collecting all the balloons.
Well, because he starts releasing all the gas.
yeah, that's what I said
So
before that.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Before you started talking.
Sorry, I talked too much.
He starts grabbing all the balloons, and fucking Joker is just fucking awesome again. My balloons. Cuts over,
got my
back to more. My balloons. Cuts over again to Batman. My balloons. He's taking my balloons.
Why didn't somebody tell me he had one of those things? Bob gun.
And
I hate
shoot
that
Bob.
It's not my
Shoot
fucking.
Bob the
I
Goon.
hate that part, man. It's the only
Well,
fucking
yeah.
person I didn't want to die in this movie.
Yeah.
Bob.
Well,
But it just shows that he just it was a setup because remember we were just going through it. Bob, you're my number one
Yeah.
guy.
But the way he does it too, he's like, what did he say? Yeah. Why did he say like that? He goes, Bob, gun, and then he shoots him with the gun.
Well, that just shows that he doesn't have any.
Oh, yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. He's Joker, Jay. We got that.
I'm just saying, that just even shows that he's number one guy.
But it
'cause
was
he's
just the
pissed off,
fucking
he's
the
gonna
way
kill
that they
somebody.
pulled off that whole fucking scene.
Yeah.
It's just like gun and he just shoots him with the same thing.
Boys, I'm gonna need a little time alone.
And then everybody starts shooting. Everybody goes scrambling, whatever. Then he
Yes.
fucking
They
pulls out the
take
giant gun.
big gun.
Yeah, he shoots the Batwing.
It's funny because my son was like, he should have made that shit, the Batwing out of the same material that he makes the Batmobile out of, because that looks like it took a lot more beating
Yeah.
than
It
just
is.
a gunshot.
But that was a big gun. It was
Yeah,
like a
well, that's what I
cannon.
said. I was like, it's more like a rifle though, because look at the barrel. He's like, all right, I can go with that.
So he crashes into the church.
Mhm.
Vicky Vale comes running over there to find out whatever, and then Joker grabs her. Boom, takes her up to the top of the church. Oh, this is what's cool too about the scene. Because when he calls in for the helicopter,
Uh-huh.
he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna
Yes.
need a little more time." He's like, "Yeah, 10 minutes." Everything from there is played in real time.
Yes.
It takes exactly 10
minutes.
minutes for the fucking helicopter to show up.
No, that's cool.
That's really, really cool.
That's really cool.
That is
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. I just found that out today, actually.
And actually, that whole ending again goes back to that writing script
Yeah,
thing. Yeah. So it was Jack Nicholson actually went out to go see Phantom of the Opera with Knox. I forgot the guy's name.
Robert Wool.
Yeah.
Hey,
And they saw Phantom of the Opera, and he was like, "Yo, you know what? We gotta go climb to the top of a tower and fight," you know. And that's how that whole thing came about.
and they didn't even know why they were filming them running up the stairs. They didn't even know. It was like, "What are we running up to?" And That's
It's
where
600
that's
fucking
where it originated
stairs.
from. Yeah,
Yeah,
just keep running. We'll figure it out when we get to the top.
Yeah.
So he shoots down the bell tower, whatever, and then he blocks the cops, whatever. Batman's on his trail,
Yes.
and
The
Batman
brother,
starts fighting all those crazy ninjas or whatever.
yeah, and then he fights the guy from the Black Panthers, beat the crap out of Batman.
I'm
He's
sorry,
really
ruined your.
rude.
I'm
He's
sorry,
really
ruined your Batman Black Panther party.
That's funny.
Yes, that was fucking great. That was awesome.
I'm saving that for 2 hours, man.
So,
you.
What you call it? They always got that weird part where the fucking karate guy jumps and he's doing a flying kick, and you just couldn't really see what was going on until the comic book. You realize that he has like a fucking palm that fucking just kind of releases up.
And you know what? Now that I saw it in HD, it actually was perfectly clear.
It is a lot more clearer.
Yeah.
It is more
But
clear.
I had to explain that part too. Like I was explaining to my
understand
son,
that
I was
part.
like, actually, I was telling him the trading cards. Remember the trading cards
Yes.
they had? So
I had them
remember that
all.
scene.
I
Yeah, well, I remember
still.
that scene was in the trading
It's
card,
in
which is
freaking-
why
it's
we
in
were
that
able to
room.
see it. So it was like when we finally saw it, they were like, "That's what happened," because it looked like it was like a Hadouken or something like that. Like, how the hell did he hit him?
That's the only movie trading cards where I have every single one of them in a shoebox,
Yeah.
and it's in Chops. It's in that room.
Not anymore.
I also had the
That's good.
Terminator. I had the Terminator 2 ones,
Like,
but I was missing like 5 of them, and it was so frustrating, like paying fucking money for them and just waiting for that
Stop
one.
whining.
Yeah.
You lack discipline. You lack discipline. Get the governor trading cards. Get the-
But those ones, I don't know what happened to. I think they still might have them. But so he finally gets to the Joker, and they go, "I made you, you made me. What are you talking about?" It's like, you dropped me in a vat. Don't think that was easy to get over, because I tried. Don't think that I didn't try.
yeah, he gets punched in the face and he's like, and the chattering teeth fall
Yeah.
out and stuff. Like,
He banged his head on the bell. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part when he fucking gong. It was like,
Before that, he's dancing with Vicky. He's like,
Oh, I forgot about that
Beauty
part
and
too,
the
yeah.
Beast. But he calls you Beast out. Tear out their lungs.
Yeah.
your guess. Be your
That's my
guess.
favorite line.
And then she said, Vicky Bell goes, "You're insane." He's like, "Really? I thought I was a Pisces."
Yeah, I forgot all about that whole scene
Yeah,
with
yeah.
dancing
it's
and
so
everything.
funny, yeah.
And she starts distracting him, whatever. And that's when
Batman gets up.
Batman
on him.
says, "You
Oh,
ever
you
dance
ever
with the
danced
devil
with
by
the
the
devil?"
Pamela Night?"
Yeah.
Bang!
Bong.
Just starts beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's
You wouldn't hit
like-
a guy with glasses.
Yeah.
That's when he knocks him over the side of the church.
Yeah.
He pops back up and grabs them both over and throws them over.
Do you know how many times in the comic book he's done the glasses thing?
Oh,
It happens
really?
all the time. Yeah,
Really?
all the time.
Wow.
He
That's
did it
funny.
for so long.
That's why.
It's my
Okay.
favorite. Yeah, I love that shit.
So
That's
Batman,
awesome. I did not know that.
So the helicopter comes. Yeah,
Yeah.
he used the batarang to like strap it to his
Strap the statue to his leg,
Strap it
Joker's
to-
leg, and then they.
and the shit he's saying while he's up there and everything. It's like that whole scene is just fucking totally jacked.
Yeah, he's like, feel free to drop in, things like that. Yeah.
Or even like the puns too. Like, I feel like I've got a bat in my belfry. And then they pull him up, and then he falls down, and cartoon
The
again.
cartoon.
Joker, I still hate the way he dies. I know it's like, damn, man, why couldn't he die a different way than being fell from a goddamn helicopter?
Because it's
Have the
19
hero
That's
why.
directly killing him. The hero was trying to stop him,
Exactly.
and he died in the middle. As opposed to me putting a gun in him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a good guy.
Again, not John
anymore.
Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Burton's Batman's not a full vigilante.
Yeah.
Got you,
Shoot
got
them with
you.
machine guns, but if the bullet happens to hit you, it was meant for
Yeah.
just effects.
It might graze you.
Yeah.
It may kill somebody
You might
50
live.
times with no
Yeah.
headshot.
out of the Out of the 53 victims, 40 of them died in the hospital. So that makes me feel better.
Okay, I feel better now.
They
I
weren't
feel much
instant
better
kills.
about this.
They weren't
I'm
instant
gonna
kills.
sleep way better tonight.
Yes.
All right, we won't revoke his vigilante card.
You can hand that in, sir. Your Justice League card and your fucking and your library card.
He's
The
like,
Gotham
local
Library's
108,
cutting you
baby.
off. Cutting you off. You ain't renting no more books on bombs and explosives. Go talk to your German chemist.
Now it's funny too, because now they switched to the press conference, right?
Well, after Batman falls with Vicky Vale and he saves her or whatever. Yeah, and then we go to the press conference with the
And I thought it was pretty funny because I was saying that to my son because they told us to call him in our darkest hours or something, and they're like, well, how do you call him? And he gave us the signal and he turned it on.
Dude. In the movie theater though, when that first fucking happened, that was fucking dopest fucking thing ever.
Yes,
I was like
From,
goosebumps, like yes, the bat signal, yes.
Yeah, and then 2 years later, he gets an alphanumeric pager from the fucking car shop. You know, I'm just gonna beep him, not
That really was the
HOE.
easier way, especially in the '90s ones, right? You think about that.
But I would
Or even now.
they turned the bat signal on, and I'm like, now is Batman supposed to think like, nah, he's probably showing the press, so I'm not gonna go, or is he gonna run over there and be like, Joker back? No, man, you just can't be turning that shit on, man. The show. Yo, you got things to do. Don't take it away.
Only call me in emergencies.
Alfred trying to wake him up. Master Bruce, the light is on again. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Lived, you
He's
know?
like, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He's like, Master Bruce, shut up. I just got home. Go away.
Yeah, right? He's like, how could you even see the bat signal in the daylight?
In the daytime. You fucking Brits, what do you have, night vision?
Yeah, you're gonna wait till 8 o'clock after 9 o'clock at night or something like that. I'm
better
at dark
call
night, not the afternoon night.
Go call Martian Manhunter, man. I'm going to sleep.
Not the afternoon night.
Go call Flash. I'm sleeping, dude.
And that ends the movie.
Yeah, it's a great fucking scene. Vicky Vale gets into the fucking limo, and you see Batman standing up, and then
I
again,
thought
the soundtrack.
I thought it was funny too when he's trying to save the city and you get the gratuitous, the Batwing goes up and shines at the moon. You know,
Yes,
it's
the
like,
bat signal.
do you see all the cloud cover? You know, nobody saw that. I know you thought it was
for
cool,
us.
but
It was for
nobody
us.
saw it.
It was only for us.
I know, I'm only kidding. I was just saying, you got a city dying.
Now you're
out
getting
there,
too
you know, you
picky
gotta
there.
be like,
All right, now you're starting to
playing
pick on
games.
too much shit. I gotta put a stop somewhere.
All right.
Stop.
That was movie magic. That was called.
Yeah.
Yes.
Movie magic. That's right.
Damn you.
That's it, man. Batman, 1989, bro. We are
Awesome.
finished, bro. You will fucking Phil. You fucking rock, bro.
Oh my God.
So
I-
fucking
Well,
fun.
I'm not here all the time. You guys are
Yeah, I
fucking.
know. I love it.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
to
know.
end.
Talking to Lewis gets boring, so it's good that you.
No.
By the way, yeah,
No.
Scott was supposed to fill in for fucking Jason's audition. 'Cause
Yeah, right.
I'm auditioning for him to get replaced.
Apparently, I talk too much on the webcast, on a podcast.
Nah, you're doing a good job. Everybody's great.
Yeah, that was great, man. Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
for,
yeah.
Chops.
Lots
Thanks
of
for being
fun.
positive, Chops.
I'm so glad that you asked me to come on because I just watched the movie like 3 weeks ago,
Oh, nice.
and today on the way.
Yeah, I
home.
watched it today. That's what I watched it today.
And it's
Watch it,
just
too.
one of those things, man. It's a game changer, really, as kids.
It
And
It was definitely, and
Yeah, it just.
the emotion. I still have the same. I remember fucking like just everything I wanted. Batman. That's
Yeah.
all I cared about that summer was. Just
I
even that
remember having
African
the
fucking
shirts.
medallion.
Yep.
I
The
want
shirts I
everything.
had Joker and Batman shirts, and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
man.
yeah,
We once saw that in the theater like 5 times. Me and Chops. Fucking
Yeah.
we used to go to the movie theater to see a movie, and then we sneak into Batman right after.
That's what we
Yeah.
did. That's what we
Yeah,
did.
it was
That's
just
it.
like
I-
after we
I-
saw that.
I started watching that movie, and it just invoked all these memories and all these feelings and all the,
It's,
like,
it seriously is.
definitely,
It's like I said, it's up there as far as emotional stuff. Is Phantom Menace. I know I
Yeah.
get shit for that.
It
Fan-
confused, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, it confused me because I had just read this dark and creepy, angry Batman book from
Yes.
Frank Miller, and then seeing fucking.
But he basically went for that because first of all, Tim Burton and Michael Keaton never read fucking Batman comics.
Right. He just took it. He made it dark because in the '60s it wasn't. You know.
Well, there was the producer had given Tim Burton all the Batman comics before Robin showed up, and he gave Michael Keaton Dark Knight Returns.
Right.
So that's where they based all their everything that came up on the screen.
And did you see that the original script they were looking to have Robin,
Robin.
And
Actually,
and they were looking to have Eddie Murphy play Robin.
no, that was a rumor for a while, but no, actually on the Blu-ray, it actually has a storyboard that plays it out, and it has Kevin Conroy, who plays Batman in the animated series,
Yes, he
and
does.
and Mark Hamill as Joker, and they show that during the parade, there's supposed to be a trapeze scene, and Joker kills Robin's parents.
Oh, the Amazing Graysons. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they cut it out the last minute or whatever. But they actually have they made a cartoon of that scene.
Cool.
Yeah, it's on the Blu-ray.
Oh, awesome. It was supposed to be like, at the end, Robin's supposed to be melded in with Batman.
Yeah, they're going to end it at the end. At the end, they're going to end
Yeah.
it where he shows up in his costume or whatever, and that's how they're going to end the movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank God. That didn't work out.
I never saw the Blu-ray.
I know.
Yeah, I have the Tim Burton collection. So it has Batman Returns, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the Mars movie. What's it? Fucking Mars Attacks.
Yep.
And one more. Oh, Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride.
Okay.
Frank, it didn't have Frankenweenie on it.
No, this is an older. It was an older set. It was an older Blu-ray set. No, not actually an older Blu-ray set, but Frankie. No, yeah.
I didn't know he worked for Disney either. I had no idea.
Yeah,
Until I read it. Until I read that, I didn't know.
Yeah, because Frankie Winnie is Disney too. Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
and
Everybody
This was
works for
Touchstone.
Disney now. They own everybody.
Yeah.
yeah, he did it. He owned my whole childhood. He did a short movie called Vince or something like that.
I can't hear you. Breaking up.
I'm sorry. He made a movie. He made a short film called Vincent, or something like that. I forget. I was reading the bio. He did something where they blew him up as a director in that time frame.
I thought it was Frankie Winnie. I think it was Frankie Winnie.
Yeah, but there was something else called. He did a short film called Vincent,
I don't know.
which also was but Frankie Winnie would put him on the map though. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, and then he did Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and that's what got him.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Warner Brothers trusted him with this movie, was because he was just coming off of that.
Hey.
All right, man. That's it, man. We're gonna close it off tonight, man. Thank you, Phil, for joining us.
Thank you for
Thank
having
everybody
me.
for listening.
No problem.
Jay, you didn't do your job again.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. You know what? Phil threw me off, man. I was so like looking at how beautiful he looks laying down in the bed. I was like,
Thank you.
My eyes
Thank
off
you.
him, you know.
Thanks,
It's
Puddin'.
just like, we just need
Thanks, Sugar Bums.
a bottle of champagne and fire. Yeah, that's all you need.
Don't worry, Jay. I'll be posting it probably by tomorrow night, so you can replace it with your Pornhub.
No,
I
I can't wait.
Jay likes my Mount Airy Lodge fucking comforter. That's why.
There you go. You know? I'm just saying, you know what? He's always got me guessing what's underneath. Does he?
It's actually Augie the cat. There's Augie.
That's
Augie's
right.
right there. He's chilling.
Oh damn! I thought it was just you happy to see me.
No.
All right.
So, Jay, take it away.
Well, don't forget to like or subscribe us. We're on YouTube and Facebook, and
Yes, sir.
Instagram.
Oh,
Not on Instagram. No, we're not on Instagram.
Well, the squad is, but yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, yes, but Ghetto Geese Squad is yes.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
follow
Quite
that.
good.
yeah.
And Ghetto Geese Squad is on Twitter too. Yeah.
Yes,
In Twitter.
Yes, it is.
in Twitterville.
And online.
Yeah.
Oh, and also don't forget to comment, man. I mean, talk about,
Comment.
No.
tell us what movies you want to see, whatever you want. And hey, listen, Phil, man, do your pop, man, do your podcast, man.
Oh, thank you.
Best
Turnbuckle Throwbacks.
wrestling podcast. for
Turnbuckle
old school
Throwbacks.
wrestling.
Turnbuckle Throwbacks every Friday live on the Rant, on Facebook, on YouTube, Shining Wizards Network, Rant DM Radio. Rant DM Radio will be the future home of Ghetto Geek Squad. We're working out the schematics of that. Once we convert all of all you guys' shows to audio, we're doing that, and hopefully that should be by the year's end, hopefully.
Yeah,
And
I'm definitely holding out on that. Now I'm feeling like we're getting the show together.
Yeah.
The show is coming together so good, man.
Yep.
I mean, we're getting so many compliments lately. I'm
Yeah.
getting people just telling me like, dude, you guys are killing it lately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
2 Suburbans and a hearse, you're killing them.
So I'm definitely feeling more comfortable now. Where I'm like, all right, I'm ready to fucking do this shit.
Yeah, man.
Word.
All right, and that's it, man. Good night, everybody.
All right.
See you
good night.
next time.
Everybody.
Next time, I
See you
think we're gonna be doing Conan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Phil wants to come back. That to me,
I
why
will
you do
never
that to
say
me?
no. I will never say no. Phil, you were invited to every fucking podcast.
Stop whining.
Yes, sir.
You lack discipline.
One of my all-time favorite movies. Eric
Thank
Martin's
you,
gonna be on
viewers.
that one.
Eric Martin,
Yeah,
the
Yo.
raging Republican. I love that kid.
dude, he was so good. Yeah, he was really good on this first one, man. So
Yeah,
I
he's a
know
good kid. He's a good kid.
and the second one, I know he's gonna kill. Just like you were just so much better in this one because you got more comfortable with the format. You just knew what we were talking
Yes.
about.
Yes,
Awesome,
yes.
man, bro. Loved having you. Come back again anytime. You're always invited.
And you guys come back too. Without you, we wouldn't have to be here. So we love you. You love us. Keep going.
Or